kind of like started by confirming that like we were gonna take a long rest, and first thing in the morning we went to the Church of Helio, and then we fucked around there until we got into a fight, and then the session ended.
Yeah, that's essentially true. It was a short session. I feel that there's a lot of like highlights of that session that weren't referenced, like the polio survivor or the Georgina's death, um,
No,
or
it's like an art piece. You fill in the blanks, right?
uh-huh.
Uh,
I don't think that's an art piece. I think that's a one of those Microsoft Paint, click and fill. But anyway,
yeah, potato, potato.
um, yeah, okay. But anywho, um, that that's more or less where we're at now. Not that we have Cat here, but the pair of cats are currently sitting on a park bench. Carl is standing in the woods. Murder, you're person bit covered walking down the street whistling, and Emmy, you're sneaking to a basement. And it's 10
Yes.
o'clock in the morning.
Today's gonna be a good day.
An eventful, but not successful morning, I would say, so far.
Yeah, you you
Remains to be
got
seen.
you guys have to wait about 8 hours before you're allowed to even attempt a long rest. It's going to be a long fucking day. Um, so I guess Murder, you can go first. What is Mark doing?
Uh, they were like split up, right? Like it kind of went in two different directions.
Yeah,
Mark
you're
and the
no
rest
one.
of the group.
You're nowhere near anyone else.
Yeah, I guess you know, good a time as any to go on that shopping trip I've been thinking of.
Well, I guess you need new clothes.
Yeah,
Okay. Roll me a skill check that you feel is appropriate for your shopping trip.
all right.
And while you're doing that, so Carl, you're in the fucking woods at this point, man. You sprinted out of town, like a bat out of hell. Um, do you want to just keep going? See where the wind takes you, or do you want to go back into town?
He's got to go find his friends eventually. But for now,
Well,
he's going to.
if you go north enough, eventually you'll just run back into the town.
Nah. He's going to go back to town.
Okay. Um.
He's going
Okay.
to go to the park for a bit. Take a short rest. Rest up a little bit.
Okay. Just roll me a flat charisma check to just fly casual. Um, and just make sure no one.
Someone throws a coin at you.
Okay,
Oh no.
cool. We'll get back to that in a moment. Mata, can you DM me how you want to apply the insight check to what you're doing? Um, so Angel, you're sitting on NPC Cat's lap right now. What do
Hmm.
you want to do?
Um, be a cat for a little bit
Yep.
longer. Keep an eye out for any weirdness
Roll
that may
cat
come out.
perception.
What is a cat's perception? Cat?
Um,
Okay.
It should be
so
yours.
how it would
Yeah,
work
I
is your
thought it was
wisdom.
the.
You get your wisdom because you get your mental stats. You keep your own proficiencies and expertise. So only if you weren't proficient, but the cat was, would it change your roll.
Okay, so I am proficient in perception.
Yep. I assume the cat doesn't natively have expertise, but depending on who you ask, they would because people will say anything about cats, like they're late. Cool. Uh,
Probably just wasted a nat 20 on nothing, but.
um, Maybe. Murder, roll an intimidation check. Okay, so you guys aren't awfully far from the church. So what? Like you're not saying Carl. You know, you're not saying Murder. Um, you're not saying Emmy. But okay, let me actually roll against that because this might be something that's applicable. Uh, I'm going to assume outright you've already won, just as a side, but you know,
Oh,
theoretically,
fuck you.
what?
You've jinxed the shit out of me.
Oh, no, I'm rolling against Angel, not you, man.
Oh.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
everything's about you, Murder.
Yeah, Murder, the guy you're intimidating, wet himself.
I mean, same thing applies. You jinxed the shit out of Angel. This
I
guy.
mean, look, I always do poorly in this game. Always. Let me have this one victory.
So, because it was a stealth check, I will say it was rolled to the GM layer, and I will say it does look very similar to your own number. They had the exact same modifier as you did, so +6. The only difference is they happen to roll a 19. So that you beat the 25.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do I see?
So, kind of skulking on a nearby rooftop heading away from the church, you see someone in what I would describe as like kind of like, you know, Assassin's Creed outfit, but just like very brown. So like dark leathers, not well, I assassinate people in a white outfit, which seems inconvenient, like inconvenient because, you know, white stains. So that's probably not bad, or not, maybe, question mark.
And they're leaving?
They're heading in the direction Kara just ran.
Oh, I will need Kat or Callista and like basically start tugging on her towards to go in that direction.
Okay, roll a flat charisma check. She's gonna roll an insight check. As long as your total reaches the DC number, you're fine. Okay, so you did fairly well. This is her insight. Well, you beat 20, which was the number we were looking for. Okay. Yeah, she'll start going in that direction. And yeah, say some like of the generic like NPC lines, like, you know, like for the kingdom, or, you know, we need to save my family, or whatever, as she's carrying you or just following you. So Emmy, I was planning on doing the basement with you during the week, but well, time kind of left me on during the week. So, to kind of simplify the basement slightly, what level of risk are you taking down there out of like kind of like high risk, you know, you're kind of like not leaving until you do the you know, like the high risk reward sort of kind of like approach. The next option two would be like you're willing to have some risk, but you're still going to be fairly hesitant. And the option three is like the second anything suspicious, you're going to bug out. So out of those three approaches, which one are you happy with?
I'd probably go with the second. I want to. I'm convinced something's like down here, and I kind of want to find it.
At the very least, you
but
are.
I'm also not too sure with my party because I'm alone. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Emmy, listen.
yeah,
Big money, no whammies. Just go all in.
you're right.
It,
I'm like I would go all in, but my rolls I do not trust necessarily.
This is gonna be a good night.
maybe
You got this.
The only reason, you're not rolling all those 20s is because you don't believe in the heart of the dice.
This is very true.
You just
Ah.
gotta cheat metaphysically. That's how you win.
Yeah,
I don't want to die.
like when you roll the dice, shake the, the virtual table to kind of like change the face it's on.
Okay.
Okay, but with that said, roll a stealth check followed by an investigation check. Okay, that's pretty good. That isn't.
Killing it.
Okay. I will say for like the first period of time, you've been very successful moving between tapestry and tapestry. You just haven't seen fucking anything down here yet. If you want to stay in for a second period of time, roll another set of checks.
Yeah, I'll stay in.
Okay, better.
There we
Better.
go.
There we go.
Aren't you proficient with that? Didn't we establish that last session?
Investigation?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
int is 11 murder, so
See, Mata,
Oh.
you need to be careful with assumptions, okay? Proficiency is there, just attribute isn't. It's like every barbarian ever with intimidation checks. Proficiency is always there, there's just no charisma.
I guess my bad for assuming you're competent. I will
Whoa.
never do that
That
again.
is your bad. That is your bad.
Yeah.
For assuming.
Yeah, Mata, like, how fucking dare you? But
No,
anyway,
I'll just never assume that again, Emmy.
Yeah.
You taught me my lesson.
Mata, never assume anyone in any field is
I'm
competent.
actually really flattered. I'm really flattered you assumed that to begin with, because I have not rolled at all this campaign. So
It's like,
That's fair.
surely there's a +1 to int. There was not.
Nope.
I have a +1 to strength. I'm a strong boy, just not a smart one.
Mildly strong, maybe. But anyway.
Mildly strong.
Yeah.
Strength is my dump stat. So
Strength is either a main stat for any character or a dump stat. Most people don't like lukewarm it. But anyway, going through the basement, you find there are some people kind of moving around here, and you have to spend a lot of time in like precarious like hiding positions. But eventually, you find the first thing that you think is probably going to be interesting, which is a large door. But the door itself looks like a safe door built into the wall.
Okay. Do I think I could unlock it or try and open it?
You could roll a Wisdom Thieves Tools check to spend time thinking about if you could open it, or you could just do a Dex Thieves Tools check to try and open it. Like you could insight the lock, I guess, is what I'm technically
Inside the
saying.
lock. Yeah, I'll inside that lock.
Okay.
Got some secrets. Let's see if
So
I'm
Thieves
competent
Tools
enough
with
to
Wisdom
open
as a
it.
modifier.
Okay, so I am not expertise in these tools. 5.
Okay. I'm now gonna quickly open up my lore handout because I didn't think I'd have to give lore on locks today.
The fact that you have lore on locks is somewhat impressive and also scary.
So, to be fair, it's not specifically locks I have lore on. I have lore on large manufacturing companies. Which I don't know if
All
that's
right.
better or worse.
I think it's about the same.
Cool. Okay. So, inside this lock, you would think this would be. Let me just bring up 2 more handouts just for good luck, because you never know when you need the handout on the timeline once when locks were invented. Okay. Looking at it, you think this is an S model, Cromwell 1912. Sorry, 912. It's not super old, 6 years. It's fairly high quality. It's a good manufacturer. It would be a high DC, but not impossible.
Would
That's all I needed.
would Selwyn get some kind of bonus because they identified the lock before they got started?
I will let them roll a luck check, i.e. a D100, to see if they've ever dealt with a Cromwell lock before.
Oh, okay.
You've heard of the brand Cromwell locks.
Gotcha. Okay, let's try and unlock this.
I just to give you some advice, maybe roll Thieves' Tools intelligence to look for traps.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Cool.
My intelligence. It's not trapped.
Oh no. Wait,
You
did that
know-
roll right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's proficient. Because they don't have expertise in Thieves' Tools, so it's only proficiency of 2. Because turns out some rogues aren't actually rogues in career, just rogues in ability.
I just wasn't sure because on my screen it looks like the actual roll looks weird.
Oh, that's
Not
just because it's
+2.
like for a for the roller. But so Emmy, go ahead, roll Thieves' Tools dexterity.
Nailed it.
So that's a 10.
The high DC was 9.
Cool. I think I'm gonna get back to you.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
So Murder, you've incited the store clerk and you've intimidated him for a deal. What do you want to do next?
Did he give me the merchandise?
He informed you where the merchandise is located.
Does he have like how to? There's not really an ambiguous way to phrase what I want to ask
No,
you
no,
right
no,
now.
no, Murder. I'll go to someone else and give you time if you need time to be ambiguous.
It's not.
Okay, look, we'll get
Ambiguous
back
way
to you. Mull it over. If you can't think of anything,
Cool.
DM me.
Okay.
Zombie. You're like, I would say, like, you are casually walking through town. The main issue is you look like you had an accident at a cheese grater factory. You're just carved and cut. You're leaking everywhere. You're kind of like dizzily walking a little bit as you've been fucked up quite a bit. And also you're the only fucking green man in town, so not even a pair of glasses and a fake moustache would disguise who you are.
Nope. Not necessarily. But
but
I'll say
also-
just play like he's totally fine and he belongs here.
Well, see, your saving grace at this moment is no one gives a fuck about you where you are. Because, like, people are like, oh, yeah, that's a weird green guy. But no one nearby is, like, has a vendetta against you. They're just like, okay, that's a weird fucking green guy.
Fair enough.
Could I have a perception check? Just as a just, for no reason. Cool.
Carl notices nothing.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad day, Carl. Kids are walking down the street. Birds are singing. It's nice and warm, and you're no longer hurt. It's just nice.
Everyone's alive. It's great.
Yeah, like all your
Everyone made it out
friends
of the
might be
church.
dead, but you haven't seen them die, so who knows?
It's all okay.
Yeah,
We'll all meet back eventually and it'll be fine.
yeah. So with that in mind, where do you specifically want to head to? Like the hotel, the park, the
Then we're
toilet?
going to the park and go do some cloud watching.
Okay. Roll a survival check. or actually roll a nature check to find the best place to watch the clouds in the park. You sit right under a tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect place.
Yep. You know, it'd be pretty good, except these goddamn leaves keep getting in the way of the clouds.
Assholes.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to Angel in a moment. I'm just gonna roll for the survival check for the people hunting Carl. Okay, interesting. Angel, as you and NPC Cat are following them, you see they kind of start making a sharp turn in a different direction.
I would like to continue to follow them casually.
I'm gonna have to make Cat roll a social check to look casual as she's stalking people while carrying a cat.
I could be walking.
That's true. I'm still gonna have to make her do a check to kind of, like, it's a charisma stealth check is what I'm making her do essentially. Or I guess I'll just let her do a regular stealth check. So that's a 7. Just gonna roll for the perception of the other person. So that's a 3. It's worth noting that most archetypal rogues aren't wisdom builds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that was like a 1 on the dice, that was a 3 on the dice.
It's fine.
Yep. Okay, so you're following them. They kind of like went from like a northern direction, now they're kind of heading in an eastern direction. You guys are still on the case. Murder, do you have a word for me yet?
Yeah, sure. I was just kind of wondering, does he know anyone at the other storefront where the merchandise is that could take me to the back and give me an exclusive deal? Or if he could do that himself?
Yeah, he can take you to a different branch in the franchise. Wink.
All this with like piss in his pants.
Yep. Now why don't you roll a second intimidation check for when you make it to the other franchise to see if you're going to get the deal.
With advantage?
Um,
Because the first guy's helping you, obviously.
I'm just seeing how well you rolled in the first check.
17.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I will actually roll against the 13.
That's fair.
That's a 3.
I'm not doing great, but they're doing terrible.
It's a race to the bottom, guys. They also largely wet themselves. You know, they're kind of more of like one of those like summer employees and not like a full-time one, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's a seasonal job for them, yeah.
yeah. So you will have some level of limited free reign on the deals here if you follow my drift. So DM me what you're trying to get out of the deal, and I'll give you a thumbs up or a down. Jumping back to Emmy. So, you're working the lock. I'm gonna need another stealth check because you haven't made it past the first part of the lock yet. You can back out and leave, but so far the lock is not kind of giving. If you're speaking, Emmy, I don't think you're holding the button down.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. It happens to the best of us.
So that's 17 on my stealth, and
Cool.
I
You're still
think
good.
yeah, I'll try again. If I can, I'll keep working at it.
It's progress. You know, that's a whole 5% better than your
I
last roll
don't
right
think
there.
I've rolled above a 15 on any Thieves' Tools checks I've done.
At least it's not a nat 1.
Yeah, you know, at
Yeah.
least you haven't lost the tools.
I know. It's
So
inevitable though. It will
you're working
happen.
on it. You know, like you have to kind of like hide again behind a tapestry as the patrol goes past. You know, you can roll another stealth check and you can roll another Thieves' Tools if you want. Okay, the stealth check's good. That's a whole
Slowly but
10%
surely.
better, yeah. Um. Okay. Um. I'm not gonna lie to you here. It's not open yet. If you'd like to try again, roll stealth, thieves' tools, and I'll get back to you on what your result is in a moment. Jumping over to murder. Um. They only have one stock of pepper in store.
Oh, check.
However, they do have a surplus of mustics.
You're so fucking subtle.
Musk sticks are disgusting, by the way.
Eh, they're okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, basically, I'll just take what they have because I'm not really a.
Yeah. I will say they only have one macaroon though.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 But they do have all the locks you're looking for.
I'm trying to like bring punk as a style into like the medieval ages.
Yeah.
So like.
Well, you know, you just mean like confectionery sweets and stuff because that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
And locks for some reason.
No, to add to my belt because I'm like making punk a thing as a clothing style.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's not punk. It's 90s Final Fantasy clothing. You know, you just have like 3 belts, and halfway down your pant leg you have like zippers.
Yep.
And for some reason, you know, it doesn't work, but you have a axe that also happens to be a canoe paddle. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to Ambi's stealth check in a moment because I feel that that's something we need to spend some time on. You know, Carl, roll a wisdom check, not to like, you know, doze off in the, you know, on the like, you know, under the sun. Okay, you know, it was hard, but you know, you were the stronger man. You know, you fought off those nice caressing, you know, like warming rays from the sun. You're just relaxing.
Potato of the tree helps.
Yeah. You know, the only issue you're finding is you're a little bit parched. You know, like maybe, you know, maybe getting something to drink might help.
You have the water skin.
Yeah, yeah, you know, just relaxing, having a bit of water. I'll actually say, Carl, no one else has achieved this yet, but you can have a short rest.
Happy day.
Jumping over to the people pursuing Carl and the people who are pursuing Carl's pursuer. Let's just roll another survival check. Okay, Angel, they aggressively changed direction again.
Okay. Are they lost?
You can roll an insight check.
Hey, you guys lost?
They failed both survival checks.
They're lost. They lost you, Carl.
Again, it's worth noting that not all rogues are good at wisdom checks. Contrary to, you know, Amy's character and contrary to Fergus, you know, generally rogues are intelligence or charisma builds, not wisdom.
Um. Huh. I mean, what would Cat like to do?
I'm gonna roll me a D100, okay? Because Cat is a very chaotic entity. Okay, cool. I know what she's doing. I'm just gonna look at her sheet to see if she's still capable of doing it today. So she's gonna wait until the next time he has to do like an acrobatics check to get between buildings, and she's gonna chromatic surge him,
Okay.
like chromatic shift him because you know that's a cat action. So I'm
Like,
just gonna roll,
To help
yeah.
or to hurt him?
Oh, to hurt him.
Okay.
She wants to drop him
Got
between
it.
two buildings. Uh, okay, so the original check was high. Here's the second check is... Okay, before I confirm what that is. Hey, Kat.
Hi, how's it going?
You know, not bad. We weren't disparaging your good name while you weren't here.
We
That's
weren't
fine.
actually.
You can if you want to.
Oh,
So-
great.
Yeah.
Except murder.
Fuck.
Murder's only allowed to say nice things.
Well, that's
I'll
unlikely.
die.
Uh,
I'll fucking blow up.
I know.
But so, Kat, you're in pursuit. You and Angel in pursuit with a person who you believe is hunting Carl. What would you like to do?
Aside from pursuing?
Yeah.
So his idea of what you were going to do was you were going to wait for the dude to jump, and then you were going to chromatic or chronal surge him so that he fell.
Okay,
You don't
I
have
mean-
to.
sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, like we rolled a dice to see where on the like regular cat scale you are, but you were fairly chaotic on the roll.
No, that's valid.
Yeah. So technically, I rolled it right after, right before you got here. So the results is they were going to make it between the two buildings. They didn't, the new timeline. So,
Yay.
you guys hear a meaty thud.
I will scamper that direction.
Like you immediately you just hear like a plethora of swear words. They're not dead. They're just very injured. Well, injured.
Let me see what this is.
I will say, in cat form, your best attack does 1 damage. So, depending on what you want to do, probably not attack them as a cat.
I will unwild shape
In front of them or around the corner?
around the corner,
Okay, cool.
and then I would like to cast Hold Person on them.
I now mildly regret having a go at them about how bad their wisdom was. Yep, not proficient. How does a 10 go?
They're held.
Cool.
Stronger or weak 10? Like chest out 10?
Okay. Technically, hang on. I'm just reading through all the fucking things because I have like 4 abilities. Okay, so that wouldn't work because you're further than that. That wouldn't work. Okay, cool. You're good. Unknowingly, you have stepped between a bunch of their abilities.
So I cast the spell, see that it actually worked. Well, he was hunting Carol, so do you want to like bash him on the head and we take him back to the inn? What are we doing with this one? To Callista. We need to decide quickly. It only lasts a minute.
He gets a
Yes.
save each round, right? I'll give him
They
one
know.
save
Yeah.
while you guys are talking. And then you guys can act.
yes. Maybe tying of ups and taking with us.
Let's do that.
So that's a 4.
Yes. We are tying this guy up.
My man
Like
is
hog
struggling.
tying him.
Post hold person, I think it forbids the target from moving, and I just want to double check it doesn't have anything in there about like pale forcing movement, but I believe the paralysis, because it's an enchantment spell, is all kind of in the mind. So yeah, you can do you guys have rope? I assume the answer is yes, right?
I always have rope. It
Okay.
is my
And-
one first purchase in any D&D game.
I'm also gagging this guy too, because no.
Okay,
This
so
is dirt in his eye.
the person tying him up, roll a survival check for the quality of the knot. Angel, I will say, opening his mouth, you do find gagging him is a little bit irrelevant. You definitely heard him swearing, but you're looking at his mouth. There doesn't seem to be some of the vital things required to speak.
Right. 21 to tie him up.
He's tied up. I'm gonna roll another side, but at this point it's fairly moot. So that's a free.
Yes. I did something useful, guys.
So
Yay!
my question
Kill
now is, which of you are carrying him, or together? Would you like to roll one of you with a strength check with advantage to move him?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll roll because I know you have a -1 and I have a 0. So, like, let's
This guy's
try
gonna
that.
Have like no face left by the time he gets to that end.
You know what?
Yeah.
He was going to kill Carl, so fuck him.
Listen,
Like, okay, no face or no butt cheeks. It's one of these is going.
It could be both.
well,
I will say with a 12, you are successfully dragging him.
good enough.
Gonna
This is-
roll
I've-
another wisdom save.
At this point, I'm pretty sure just Nix and I both have a leg, and we're like, but
So that's a 2.
He's having such a bad time.
we are professionals.
Yep. So are you guys gonna drag him down like the main street, or is this like an?
No!
Okay, so you guys are going down the alley.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah. Fear
Okay.
not, citizens. We're the law. Promise.
This is ooh, you're fucking heavy. A lawful arrest.
Kat, can you roll me a d6? Okay, so far you've done
Thanks.
6 damage to him. You know, just like pulling like joints like where they shouldn't be pulled, dragging him across garbage, broken glass. He's not doing well.
You know, he should have thought about that before he was hunting Carl.
I
That's all I'm
feel
saying.
that I feel that the two aren't mutually. Oh, okay, he got a 9 on that one.
Nice. Good job, guy.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at the pace you're going, Kat. You're gonna have to roll about 15 more d6s before you arrive at your hotel.
You're just gonna kill him.
I mean, if it looks like he's really close to dying, I could just healing word him.
Nah, it's fine.
Don't. This is funnier.
He'll walk it off. It's fine. I will absolutely roll 15 d6s.
There's like a leg left when you
I'm
get
I'm also just gonna roll. I'm just gonna bulk roll the last of his saves. He has 6 he can make left.
not too bad.
Oh, he does pass. He doesn't help.
Yay!
Passes-
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
stuck. Also
okay.
injured.
I'm going to allow him to do one sleight of hand check to see if he can slip the binds at all, but Kat made the DC like 21. And
That was me.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. You made this. You made it 21. Okay. He has to roll a 19 on the dice. So I'm just gonna roll a d20 out here to see if it's a 19 or a 20.
God damn
Oh
it!
damn!
Okay.
Good job, guy.
Can you
So
chrono search again?
no, she gets 2 and she's used her last one to make him eat shit in the alley.
Worth it.
So I'll
Whatever.
say I'm going to subtract the first line of damage from him. So the 2, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 1. So that's 6, 12, 17, 18. So
Plus the 11. And
Plus-
the 6.
yeah. Okay. Roll. One of you with advantage. Roll intimidation.
I have a 2.
I want to see how scary guys look. Essentially, is what's
Also,
happening.
I also have a 2.
I think we've established.
Both of you just
everyone but-
roll, and we'll see where we're at.
Yeah, we'll see where we go from
Oh
here.
fuck. Nyx is
Okay,
very
so-
friendly looking.
So he's staying to fight. Um,
All right, that's fine.
he's not afraid of you, which is good. We'll get back to you guys in a moment. So Murder, after your bargain hunting, is there anything you want to do in the mall?
Well, okay. After I'm done,
Yeah.
I do want to tell the 2 clerks working there that like this was a mutually beneficial transaction, right? One that we're all equally involved in.
Roll
and-
a intimidation check to grease the palms of society.
The positive society. You know, I just don't think it'd be a good idea to go around advertising this deal.
Yeah, it's clearly too much of a bargain right now, right? So that's
son of a
7.
bitch. Wait, no. Do I have inspiration for doing the summary, even though we have videos?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
So, technically it would add 1 more dice, so it's a 14, but it's still a pass.
Yeah, no, I just had
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah, not a problem. But so, yeah, okay. You know, you get out of the store without the security guards having any issues with you.
You know, the metal detector doesn't go off. These are all legally purchased.
Oh,
items.
it goes off because, you know, you're clearly, you know, metal right now, but aside from that, you're good.
Yeah. What do I want to do?
Maybe spend some money at a cigar lounge, just hang out, do things that you can't do with the rest of the party because they're not posh enough.
Oh yeah, if Mark's fucking anything, I'd describe him as posh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe go to the park, feed some ducks. That's the spectrum, man. That's posh to unposh. Or
is
you could.
there like
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not helping the party at all, but could I roll like a general? Don't even know what I'd call it, but just to find an equivalent of like a speakeasy in this city.
Oh yeah, you can roll a.
Again, I don't really know what to call it.
You can roll an intelligence insight check.
Okay. Do I have like an equivalent?
So while you're doing that, we're gonna jump over to well, the best
17.
rogue in the whole city, town, village. So Amy,
Yes.
you know, I will say, you do unlock it with a 21.
But very loudly is what I'm assuming.
For like many reasons, because there were like noise-based alarms and stuff. But on top of that, you did nat one. So I guess would you like to roll a d100 just to see how bad the nat one is?
What is like? It's low worse here or high?
Low is always worse when it comes to a d100. So that's a
Fuck.
4.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Oh dear.
It could.
I was
It
like,
could.
oh, what do I do?
It could have been worse. It could have been a 1. But
It could have been slightly worse.
It could have been better, Out of
I
100,
will
a
say
4
generally
is,
how I look at like the thresholds is like 95 to 99 is like one threshold and 100's above that. So like 5 to 2 is one threshold and then 1 is worse than that. So technically it's the second worst threshold. But
that makes me feel a lot better.
yeah, you're welcome. With disadvantage, could I have a perception check?
Of course.
The disadvantage is just like how loud the alarm is.
So when it finally opens the door, he's like, "Oh, I get it." Just as siren starts blaring.
Sounds
kind of-
good to me. I hear no one coming.
What I imagine that happened is that Selwyn went, "Yes!" really loud when they got the lock open.
Emmy, do you want to roll a d100 to say how bad that one is?
Now you're just bullying me.
Yes, that is true. Okay,
There we go.
That's not too bad. So I will say, if you were a little bit more perceptive, you'd hear like that, like early 2000s, like Metal Gear, like the Alarm Has Been Raised soundtrack. I assume that translates for some people here, but probably not Murder, because Murder doesn't like cool games. Murder.
You're the one that doesn't consume media, and I do get it, by the way.
Yep, sure. Anyway, yeah, you open the door, you think, like, with the ruckus upstairs, they probably didn't hear the alarm. What would you like to do?
Yeah, like, I'm like, my party's fighting those guys upstairs.
Yeah.
Very distracting. So, I'm just gonna... what's behind the door?
You've got dark vision, right?
I do, yes.
Opening the door, you have like a kind of like a medium-sized room full of like filing cabinets and chests. Would you like to enter the room?
I mean, I don't think I realize how fucked up or how much I've messed up necessarily. So yes, I will go inside because I did a good thing.
Yeah, you're doing really good. You enter the room. What do you kind of want to look for first?
Is there anything like out in the open immediately that I can see? Like any?
Everything is filed away like methodically. So whoever's in charge of this might be a little bit anal when it comes to organizing.
Are you a Gloomstalker?
She's not even a ranger.
Oh, I don't
That's
know why
Murder.
I thought you were a ranger. A murder is a Gloomstalker. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Just a rogue.
Just a rogue in abilities, but not name.
That was mean,
Uh,
Catmore.
I'll take a look. I just want to see what the contents of the like filing cabinets are. Like what kind
Okay,
of documents are in there. If it's just
Uh,
boring bureaucratic stuff, or if there's more nefarious
What languages do you read?
purpose to it. Not a lot. I probably should have waited for my party before doing all this.
Yeah, that's
I can
alright.
speak
You know,
Common
like,
and Elvish.
cool.
And that's it.
Looking at any of the writing here, not in Common or Elvish. But it looks incriminating, right? Like that's pretty like sinister, right? Like like handwriting
Yeah,
and stuff.
I'll go check out you said there was chests in here.
Yeah, there are chests. You want to start flipping them open?
Yeah, I just want to see what's inside.
Cool. The first one, it's just for because you're using dark vision, everything is kind of like grayscale because of how they do how dark vision works. Looking at the first one, it's full of bottles of different liquids, but you can't really tell what they are because you're just seeing like kind of grey liquids. The second one is just it's full of coinage, but again you can't see the sizes because of the everything's in grey.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to take anything because I don't see what it is.
Okay.
Was there anything else? Or could I potentially start looking for maybe a secret door? Or
You
something
you
hidden?
can roll an investigation check. Like it's not that there isn't stuff in this room; it's that there's a lot of stuff, and potentially
I can't make
intelligence
heads
is
or
a
tails
useful
of any
skill
of
in
it.
here. And you're not an intelligence rogue, but it's fine.
Whoa. I'll just do an investigate. If not, I'm just going to start grabbing random papers.
Cool. That's how you do it.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
So at this point, you're kind of like looking around and you kind of notice that the light from outside disappears.
This...
You look back at the door and you see it's closed and you see the locking mechanism activating.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. We'll get back to you. Hey Carol, how you doing?
Fantastic. Feel good as new now.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else, or do you want to just kind of like really get, maybe stretch a little bit and just go and get that mid-afternoon nap in?
He's gonna go visit the dwarf.
Okay. That's fair. You go for a nice little walk. It takes you a little while, but you arrive at the smithery. The dwarf will ask, essentially, how are you doing? Your friends alive?
Yeah, they're fine. All of them. They're fine. I saw them a
Must
little
be
while ago. Yeah. Very nice. Hey, you got any? You happen to have a shield and longsword on you? I could maybe buy.
He will look at the plethora of longswords and shields on the wall and say, "Aye."
Fantastic, fantastic. How much for a pair? Or
Like two,
yes.
two shields
Set.
and two swords,
There you go.
or
No, just set. Shield and sword.
oh, I'm quickly gonna open my shopping catalog because off the top of my head, I can't remember how much a shield costs. Um. Okay, so a longsword would be, for some reason, not on that page. Cool, I'll scroll to the next page. It's not on the weapons section for some reason. I almost want to just give you a number that sounds right at this point. It's becoming more and more of a task to look through here. But I also want to give you the right answer. Okay, here we go. Okay, so a longsword would be 11 silver, and a shield would be 7. So he would give you both for 15.
All right, I'll take them.
Cool. He will ask you if you have any questions. Do you need to, do you need instructions on how to use these?
I gotta figure it out.
He'll
But,
also ask why your great sword is dripping blood on his floor.
You don't need to worry about that.
Roll a low
it's very
DC
good to
persuasion
clean that.
check. Roll against his indifference. Yeah. The floor needed mopping anyway.
Yeah, there's a little dusty in here.
Yeah. I just put the kettle on your drink.
Sure, why not?
Cool. So, like, you hang out with the dwarf for a bit. You have a few dwarven coffees with him, if you know what I mean. So you might need to roll a con save but don't worry about it too much. Jumping to the pair of detectives in the party. Can I have an initiative check once I clear turn order, because you guys are in combat against the guy you guys brutally tortured?
What? No.
In an unorthodox way.
Yeah, it was cruel and unusual, which was not particularly kind, but I guess it's okay.
Unusual.
So
That's
he's not
fine.
going first.
Eating shit.
I will say, yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Angel. Do your worst. Bully this poor man.
We're just gonna cast whole person again.
Okay, so this is when his abilities will proc. Because the reason they didn't last time is it was a range to the caster problem. Okay, so it will have advantage on this because it has advantage on spells cast at it within 5 feet of it. And it can spend its reaction to try and hit you.
Slayer.
Yeah, essentially, but not quite. So, here is his attack. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
May I now have a Constitution save from you? Okay, so because you're a spellcaster, I need to add this. The DC you had to beat was you had to beat his damage as a DC, which was 17. Oh, hang on, by 5. Ah, shit. Okay, this isn't good. I'm gonna post his ability just so that we're all on the same page here. But essentially, he got to hit you with advantage. He did so. You had to do a con save against his damage, and if you failed, the spell would fail. But if you fail by more than 5, the spell fails and you're stunned until the end of his turn. So he stops the casting because of the unfortunate sort of creature type he is. Kat, it's your turn.
I mean, okay. Seeing how that's going, I'm gonna.
So Angel, the total damage was 17. Just. But so Kat, you might want to step
Wait.
5 feet back. Yes.
So is this like a concentration check or
It's
just a straight constitution?
It's a Constitution check. Essentially, it's similar in principle to how a concentration check is made, but the creature type you're fighting is a creature type like their skill set is specifically anti-spellcaster. So they
We've done this in the worst possible way.
Well,
yes.
Oh well. Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
You've already
I'm gonna
fucked him up though, so
scooch-
that's something.
That's good. I'm gonna scooch back a smidge, disengage,
Okay. Yep.
and then when I'm out of stabbing range, I guess I'm gonna Shadow Blade.
Okay. Yep. That is 100% not an issue. He can't. I'm just gonna be transparent here. All of his anti-spellcaster stuff essentially requires melee range. You back up cast a spell, you're fine. So that would bring us to his turn. Okay. Andrew, could you roll a D100 for me?
Whomst? Yeah. Oh,
Good.
that's so many.
It is the opposite of what Emmy rolled earlier. It's good.
It's true.
Okay. Okay, that would be. Hey, is that once a round or is that in general? Let me double check a damage. I believe. One moment, I just need to do the other bit. That'd be. I believe on the last hit. I believe on the last hit you're down, Angel. That brings us to the top of turn order.
I am not down.
You're not down after.
I have 1 hit point.
Include that'll. The damage includes the 7, and the 5. That all went to the GM layer. Hang on, one moment. Let me fix something. I apologize. Everything on the creature. The creature has been rolling to the GM layer because I have dark mode on. I didn't notice that it was on a different thing, but it did 14 plus 5. It did 19, then it did the 20 because it gets to add a damage modifier when it attacks spellcasters. So the 20 was just a modifier, which was the bigger part.
It was a modifier or was it an extra attack?
Okay. Technically, on each attack against a spellcaster, it gets to add 2d6. So the 20 is just a total modifier over the 3 attacks.
3 attacks.
Yeah.
Which attack killed me?
The last
Which
one.
attack put me? Are you sure?
Let me math this for you. You had 21 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting friendly calculator out. While I'm doing this, Moto, can I have a perception check? Okay, that would be.
Oh, I'm in the Carl squad. That's a 6.
Okay. Why? Roll better, Moto.
I was. Everything until perception was relatively good.
Okay. The last attack would have been a crit, so you're down on 2 failed death saves, but not dead. Which
I wanted to be fair.
yeah, no, you're right. No, I'm just gonna say a 6 is gonna be enough on this. What Andrew was rolling for was just essentially the help luck check. You know, you're on your way for shenanigans and you just pass an alley and see Andrew being beaten up. It's up to you if you
see
whistle and keep
Angel on
walking.
the ground.
Yeah.
Buddy, I have 12 hit points. What the fuck am I gonna do? Run in there, solve this entire problem, give him the old 1-2?
I'm just saying, whatever you're doing, it's up to you. But you just pass the alley and you see a third of your party is in a fight.
Oh.
Also, you guys, Andrew, last thing you see is like a Mark walking past with just like a bag full of like weapons. So, Murder, it's your choice.
Just gotta look at Nick's Underground, look at the guy, look at Callista, look at Nick's Underground.
Mark's trying to figure out if this is a Mark problem.
Doing the calculations.
Kat, I think your computer's talking to us.
Oh.
Which isn't a problem. She sounded friendly, but I don't feel that that's going to help Mark make his decision.
Alright, I have to like roll initiative, right? I can't just act.
I'll let you roll surprise against the bad guy, I guess.
Meaning like stealth or
Yeah, stealth. If you beat his perception by 10, I'll let you
no, it's 14.
That's not stealth, that's sleight of hand. But I assume the modifier's the same.
Like stealth is 2 higher, so it's still not 10.
Yeah. Actually beat you. He's finally rolling well, guys.
No,
No,
didn't.
he didn't beat him. Stealth would be 16 instead of 14.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So same page. Okay. Like you can
I'm
roll
hidden.
initiative.
Yeah.
But technically, he's not surprised against you.
Oh.
You get to go first. I'll add your token to turn order for you.
Okay.
Technically speaking, Murder, if you have any healing, you could prevent Nyx from rolling a save.
I don't.
That's fair. You don't seem like a man who walks around with heals in your pocket.
I kill people. What?
You could slide in and try a medicine check. Like power dive and then just chest compressions.
I
I
guess.
feel like he'd be good at it.
No. But like, okay. Generally, how fucked up does this guy look from just a whole falling off and being dragged along?
He looks pretty fucked up, but you don't know necessarily if you could kill him in one turn.
I could.
Okay,
as a
I'm sorry.
general rule.
I'm sorry. You know better.
I've spoken it into existence, Patmar.
Yeah,
He's
sorry.
manifesting.
I'll subtract an additional 20 hit points from his total for you.
Yeah. Well, do it. I can see you on the camera. I know you're not typing anything. Do it.
Okay, done.
No, okay. My options aren't fucking great here, gang. Like, I could attack him to try and get him to, like, run away, but I can't prevent Nyx from making a save, which is the critical thing here.
No healing potions?
No.
Ix has one.
Then I would know she has one, so I could...
You do, because, you're a nosy motherfucker.
No, I
And
mean,
she's wearing it on her belt.
Like, no, I mean, we just buy healing potions together, so I would
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if
no,
she
I
has-
know. I was just framing it in a
guys
way
both
that I was
No,
making.
you guys both go to the same drug dealer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's one in town.
Yeah, not a lot of business.
Isn't his
Not
name
a lot
Eric?
of competition.
No, it's Nicholas.
Nicholas. I don't know why I thought it was Eric.
Because we don't care about him.
I care about him.
I will
I'm like
say...
98% sure there's an Eric floating around somewhere.
I
though.
will
Yeah.
say, Angel, just so you know, if you rolled a 100 on the dice, it would have been Nicholas and not Mark coming around the corner.
No, I could just fucking leave, alright? Okay.
So I will say,
Um,
Murder, just rules as written. Healing potion on himself, bonus action. Healing potion on anyone else, action. So you could...
No, I'd have to, like, run... Because I have 40 feet of movement now.
Yeah.
On the first turn. Could I, like, run in there, give her a healing potion, and, like, be hunky-dory?
Yeah. She's
I'll
only
do
15
that.
feet from you, man. You have a lot of movement.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'll do that.
Now,
Begrudgingly.
I'll let you include a power slide if you want to, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, no, sure. I'll power slide in there. Actually, could I just power slide and, like, move her, like, slightly away from him? Just tackle in there?
I'll let you roll an athletics check to... what's the Canadian ice game when you slide the things on the ice?
Curling.
Curling, yeah. I'll let you curling her, at Cat.
Alright. Stand back and prepare to be amazed. Holy fucking shit.
Oh my god!
Mark sounds falling.
What,
You found
curly
your-
unconscious women? I don't think
You
that's a good one.
You're falling.
The
That's a
balance
quote.
on Nyx is a little different from, like, the curling.
That's a quote.
Okay. Murder, roll the healing. I will say, well and truly, Nyx, you were out of melee range.
It's like 2d4 plus 1, isn't it?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. So, Murder, as you, like, power slide in, you through partly her own blood and the, just trash water, you slide her across the slick alleyway 20 feet past Cat. Nix,
See you like a whiz by, like what the fuck?
But
you go from like I've been attacked, I'm dying to like the perspective of the ball in a pinball game going down the alleyway. You only stop because you hit a line of bins.
and I'll use my like free item interaction to like draw my shield.
Yep.
And do that. Just so I can turtle up here. Because
Yeah.
I'm in melee with him.
I will say that guy is largely not following what's fucking happening right now.
No, I really fucking dazzled.
You know, Murder, that could be a superhero name, the Dazzler.
No.
So, Nix, you are 30 feet away from the bad guy now. Prone
I'm
and
up.
covered in trash.
I'm prone, but I'm awake.
Yeah, but again, to emphasize, covered in garbage, but you're
I'm
awake.
so deeply confused.
So the last memory I have is him like jamming his knife into my stomach
Yep.
as I fall, and now I am looking up at Callista, covered in garbage on the ground.
And there's like just one comical banana peel on your face. Even though it
Callista's
doesn't make
equally
sense,
confused.
because banana peels are like bananas aren't found here, but somehow one found its way into the trash just for you.
Yeah, she like turns around, looks. I will bonus action healing word myself.
Yep.
If I can find it in my list of spells. There it is. And it ever rolls.
Yeah, I found. Oh, there we
Okay.
go. I have found Roll20 has been a little bit sluggish the last few days, but
And then I am kind of angry. That hurt. I'm not happy about it. I'm 30 feet away from him.
yep, because you were
Without-
curling the whole way down the corridor.
Okay, so without using the pull action, because I can choose whether or not to pull him for me. Oh,
I will say 8 would be good damage. 8 is not good for an attack roll.
why didn't it attack?
Why
That
didn't
is-
it also auto attack? That's a setting you can
What-
turn on if that's your
Okay,
question.
so we'll just do. It's a +6, so
Well, so so that was the
wait,
attack roll.
is that my? That is the attack roll. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you were saying it like it was the damage
No,
roll.
no. What I was saying is 8 would have been good for the damage, but 8 was not good for the attack.
No, I figured.
Yeah. Unfortunately, 2 on the dice, unless you're a rogue, is not a good roll. Or a bard, they get expertise. But anyway, Callista, your actual best friend was saved by your other best friend, maybe?
Oh, okay.
So
No,
many
it's fine.
things have happened in the last 6 seconds.
Also,
I'll walk away next time.
a bit of like Nick's spray came off as she slid past.
Oh, Mark and I are besties. He knows that.
Yeah.
Through adversity. Okay.
Against all odds.
Yeah. Somehow. I guess I'm gonna yeet a shadow blade at him.
At Mark?
No. Not yet, at least.
That's
It
a
pissed
bad
me off
guy.
that bad.
You have advantage on the attack. You are considered in dim light because you're in the alleyway.
Oh, bet.
21 would hit.
Yay.
Hit him.
11's pretty cool.
Now, with that remove 20 health that you took off, he's dead, right?
Murder? In this alleyway, he still has the most health out of anyone here.
That's not
Concerning.
even as impressive as I think you want it to be.
That's not impressive. I'm just saying that Cat's the
Merely
only one
demonstrated
here
a
who's not
wizard.
at low teens, and Cat's at 34, so this guy has more than that. But don't worry, Cat will happily tank for you guys or something.
Yeah, 16.
I'm the
Yeah,
I'm the one
I got
that's
it.
Fucking melee with him.
Does his thing that smushed Nyx, is that when you're casting a spell or just that you are a caster?
That's a really
It
good
was
question.
because I was in 5 feet of him.
So, what? Well, I think Cat, what you were referring to was the damage modifier. It affects spellcasters. Unfortunately, Murder is a spellcaster.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna probably should scoot up at least a little bit.
I got this.
Okay.
Um,
If you want to scoot up,
maybe.
that's fine. Uh,
Yeah.
So, yep. Okay, cool. So this one will be against Mark.
I don't even have to look at it. It misses.
Oh, explain.
I just know it in my heart of hearts.
Okay. That's a 17.
Misses.
Cool. Against Mark. This one is a. Yeah, that misses. And. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Nice.
What the fuck did I say, Pat Mark?
I will say the
the
reason he went so well against Andrew's character was Andrew was stunned, so he was offering for advantage, and
Oh.
druids generally aren't
Yeah.
IC tanks.
Like, my shield saved me here, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, no, that's his entire fucking turn. He failed. Murdo, bring us home.
No, because I wasted my burst turn on saving Nyx. I'm not gonna be able to do 40 damage.
What do you mean?
now.
What do you mean wasted? Okay, you just got yourself, an Olympic medal.
Okay.
Like not a real one, but one that you can think about because you have proficiency in Canadian ice sports now.
Can I convince you to let me at least, like, before my turn is like a reaction sort of thing, let me try to disarm him for that nat 1 or something?
Okay, I'll let you roll a skill check against him.
Sure. Athletics?
You can. You have to do athletics, but he gets athletics or dex in the the grappling rules. I will say it
double
won't
click.
make a huge difference. He's not proficient in acrobatics or athletics, so here's a strength check.
Fuck. Okay. Sometimes it happens. I'm gonna.
I
Draw
will
a
say it
sword.
makes sense. He went from really shitty rolls and has progressively been getting better for since you met him. Except for his turn attacking you. But anyway, so you don't disarm him, but do you want to do anything else to him?
Yeah, no. On my actual turn, I'm gonna draw a sword. I'm gonna try to stab him.
How fucking rude. You can have flanking with Cat.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
20.
Yeah, that is. His AC is not high. He's in leather armor.
Applying my second favorite foe of the day to him. Because I know
Yeah. 13.
15.
Good hit. He now has less hit points than Cat.
Whittling him down, boy.
Yay, we got him.
For perspective, he is currently 2 Nyxes in hit points.
That's not the worst that he could be.
Yeah. That brings us to Nyx.
Is there? No, there isn't.
Okay.
I was about to be like, can I get into range for the burning it? No, I don't want to be close enough
You
to
can
not
try.
hurt my friend. No, I'm way good on that. We'll just do a scorching ray. It's 3 rays, right?
Yeah, Scorching Ray, you fire through him. Yeah.
Cool. We'll do 3 of those. 1,
Hits.
2, 3.
2 of those hit. One of them only barely
Awesome.
missed.
So
Cool.
15.
He now
Fire.
has 1 less hit point than Murder.
Ah, shit.
Get him.
Cat, bring us home.
Okie
That was shitty damage.
Yes. That hits. That's his exact
Yes.
AC.
Yay.
Cat,
Kills
are you
him.
killing him?
Oh. I kind of wanna, but we kind of need him for saying.
I kind of want.
Hey, Kat, would you like to roll a wisdom impulse control check?
Sure, she's 21. 21-year-olds are notoriously not fantastic at impulse control.
I mean, depending on how you feel about Nyx being your friend or not, you could be really angry.
Oh, yeah, he's probably gonna kill him.
Cool.
Whoops. Whoops. Well, she's not used to being like good at fighting, so I don't think she thought he was at that point. It's like
And-
stab. Oh, oops.
And, you know,
Oops.
what sort of dick, you know, starts combat after a big fight?
Uh-huh.
And when the party split
Ew.
up. You know, like, it's just bad etiquette. He deserved death.
Yeah, you hit Nyx. You're creeping on Carl. All of these things are rude.
Yeah. Combat's over, guys. You won.
Yay, we
I'm
did
taking this,
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So there's burnt, bloody leather armor if you want it. But aside from that, there
Delish.
is 2 silvered short swords and a heavy crossbow with 20 bolts.
Yeah, I'll take that.
May I have a short sword,
Sure.
please? I will take one of the silvered short swords.
Would you like the one that murdered you, or would you like the other one?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I would like the one that murdered me.
If you
Memento.
get stabbed, the least they should let you do is keep the knife.
But now I have a silvered short sword, which overcomes resistance to damage. In
Not
most
all
cases.
resistances, but kind of a third or a half. So it's pretty good.
It helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Here you go.
Jumping back to Carl. How is your con save for Dwarven Brew?
13 is fine.
Cool. You know, it's actually, you know, a nice relaxing way to have lunch. You know, he kind of wanders over to the store next door. He'll kind of bring back some lunch. You guys can kind of just relax together. He'll say, you know, you're okay for a green man.
You're alright for a dwarf.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. It's, you give me a compliment, I give you one back.
Mm,
That's how it works, right?
okay, green man.
During this time, he's been also cleaning off his greatsword.
Yep.
So I guess when it's about time to leave, he'll be like, okay, well, I guess I'm saying goodbye to this guy now.
The
Take good
dwarf will
care
kind of
of...
look for your imaginary friend.
No, here, sword.
Um,
Can I sell it? Can I sell it to you?
are you trying to fence a murder tool?
It's murder to things, but no, you know, just part of the job.
Roll a deception check versus his interest.
Versus how many shits he gives.
I'll say that
Versus
that
does
beats
not
it.
give.
He'll kind of shrug and say, how much do you want for it?
Well, I made it. It's sentimental value, but how much is a great sword normally? I don't
Okay,
know.
why don't you roll like a Smith's tools check to see the quality of the weapon you've been using this whole time?
Intelligence.
No, I'll let you do Smith's tools strength because it's actually like the crafting, not the theory.
Okay.
It's a So technically, if you rolled that when you were making it, it would have had a +1 to hit, but not damage, because that's technically the DC for Mastercraft. So
Carl just didn't notice. Didn't
Well,
notice himself making a masterwork.
see, what you guys never noticed in the fight is that Carl was using it as a bludgeoning weapon, not a slashing one this whole time.
Oh no, that gets him every time.
So, like, the dwarf will look at it and is like, yeah, how do you feel about, actually, let me double check Mastercraft, because I believe it adds a large amount of money to the price of an item.
Damn, good job, Carl.
So it normally okay. So a greatsword would normally be 38 silver. He will offer you 75.
Damn.
All right, she's yours.
Cool. Mark down 75. And good job. You know you've sold a mastercrafted weapon that you didn't realize was mastercrafted.
Find a good home for Hilda for me, will you?
Sure.
Thanks. See you around.
Yep. The dwarf will slowly drag the large weapon to one of the walls to display it.
Awesome. Our murder weapon's now a needle in a haystack.
Yep. Okay. So, Emmy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I think I'm doing just okay.
Just okay? Cool.
Not great.
So, I would say at this moment, you're very safe, but not necessarily out of danger. So, how would you like to proceed?
Do I think, because the door closed, obviously, do I
Mhm.
think, with also my knowledge of this lock, it can be opened from the inside or no?
It depends whether or not you're a strength build.
So I'm guessing no.
Like, if you want to do it like a DC very high check, you could kick the door out.
I can't, like, thieves' tools it open from over here.
You would have to cut out part of the door to access the kind of like the mechanics inside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you have a tool that
We'll
can
have
cut
access
steel?
to. I do not, but there is a ton of vials in that chest.
You want to
so
start
maybe one of
chucking them at the door?
Is boom jelly.
One of
which
these
I
will
might-
definitely cause a devastating explosion. One of them surely.
As I'm underground in a room with like presumably not a lot of ventilation.
Well, really, that just means the faster you do it, the better, because you might run out of air if you think about it for too long.
This is true. I guess I'll for now take the opportunity to like search more around the room if I
Okay.
can find any documents in the filing cabinet that are in a language I speak. Or
Feel free to
taking a
roll an
closer look
investigation
at
check.
the files. Yeah.
Unless you want to light a torch to see, you will have disadvantage because there's no actual light source down here now.
Do I think there's a lot of airflow down here? Because if I light a torch and it's like airtight, I would.
Roll.
Probably
I'm gonna
suffocate,
say a
right?
nature check to work out your awareness of airflows.
I'm gonna rely on just grayscale for now and
Cool.
dark vision. So, investigate. One of these days, I'll roll.
You found one. You were
Over
like,
10.
"Oh, this is it," and it's really good. It's really good until you turn it upside down. It's like foreign language.
Okay. Was there anything I hadn't touched in this room yet
So much
or
stuff.
looked at really? Okay, I'll take the time to like do a more in-depth room then for now, seeing as I don't think I can do much about being locked inside.
Can I have a con save, please?
Oh fuck! I'm gonna get knocked out.
Not necessarily.
Necessarily.
You are finding that it's it's getting a little bit hard to breathe in here.
Oh god. Fuck. Okay. Never mind. I don't think I have time to search. I think I have to get out of here.
How would you like
I
to
already
do
looked
so?
I don't know.
Would you like me to come
the
back to
issue.
you?
Potentially, because I don't think I have anything that can get through that door. Is the issue?
You could try asking a ghost.
I need a short rest. I don't know how long I'll have.
Well, you don't have spells, so that's the first problem.
Yeah.
I will say, looking at your sheet, you mechanically don't natively have anything that might open the door, and that person with acid is not with you. But maybe there's acid in one of those vials.
Yeah. I'll go take a closer look at this.
I will.
Sniff test.
Do you want to start opening vials and sniffing?
Sure. That's all I can do for now.
You want to roll a luck check, so D100, to see, what end of the vial spectrum we're starting on? Smells very bitter, the first one. You could try drinking it or throwing it.
I'll try precision at the.
Okay. Roll, roll 3d20 because you have yeah, roll 3d20 because you can steady aim and see if, you crit the door.
Dexterity, right? Efficiency?
Yeah, so technically Dex proficiency is being added, which is, presumably a high number, but because you probably don't have, throw shit as a Dex skill on your sheet, just roll for a d20 and then we'll just add your mod afterwards. The DC to hit the door is 10, so I'm not worried if you'll hit, I'm just saying if you're critting.
I'll just roll 3d20.
Yeah. So that's a 1, that's a 17, that's a 17, cool. So 17, you hit the door, you hear glass shatter. Whatever that one was, that's not acid or boom boom.
Okay. I start going to the other ones.
Okay.
Same thing, smell test.
Roll
I do the chemistry, you have to waft the fumes towards your nose so you don't fucking...
Yeah, no, this is professional shit.
Yeah.
We're actual smell testing this. Away from the face, wafting it, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, next day 100 to see which one's the second potion to pick up.
It's just a comedy in here.
Cool. Also smells bitter.
Okay, I throw it again.
Okay. I'm not going to make you waste time rolling to attack. This one does not do anything to steal doors. 2 potions down, roll a d100. It smells bitter.
Again, another one.
Okay.
I don't think at least maybe 40 through 50, I don't think that's going to be it, son.
Okay.
My rolls are just,
Interesting. So, fourth potion. Okay.
There we go.
This one smells sweet. Drink or throw.
This is probably really bad practice. If I put a bit on my skin, does it burn or does it hurt?
No, it's a bit cold. But you are underground.
I want to drink it, but I don't know. I'm gonna pocket that one.
Okay, cool. Next one. Okay. Smelling it. Your nose immediately hurts.
Okay. I throw that shit at the door.
Okay, roll the attack. Again, like for a d20s, and we'll just add your mod if necessary. Cool, so 15, your mod will easily make... The DC was 10 you hit. Roll for a d6.
He said 3d6.
3d6.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was pausing because I was wondering if you're doing
I heard 1d6. I said roll 4d6.
Nope, not a problem.
So that's...
2 more d6s, so
9.
you do 9.
Yeah.
There's no lights in here, but you're fairly sure you've just started melt into the thing. That was a caustic liquid.
Nice. I probably need more damage before I can...
You can try, but you'll have disadvantage trying to do anything with a hole that small.
I think I might try and find another acid, because I only have, the if I roll a 1 on my thieves tools, I will die in here because
Yep.
they will break. So
So,
It's true.
luck check.
it's the D100.
Yep.
Alternatively, could they not just get a vial that looks like what they just had?
It's all black
I
and
can't
white.
see
All the
color.
vials are the
Okay.
same glass shape. It's
Got
the
it.
only
But at least I know
denotation
the
was on
smell. If it hurts, I'd start looking for one that hurts my nose again.
Yeah, open it. There's actually no smell.
Was that like the boom jelly? Did we smell the boom jelly?
I don't think you've ever smelt boom jelly.
We
But
did not
Okay.
trust the boom jelly enough to smell it.
Okay, I'll pocket that one too. I'm gonna start writing this
Cool.
down.
okay.
Sweet smelling potion. Okay. Another one.
Yep.
How many are like left in here?
You haven't even scratched the surface. This is a big chest.
Oh jeez.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
No, it hurts again.
Ah, sweet. Okay, I toss this shit as well.
Okay, 3d20.
Kobe.
I'll just roll them all at once.
Yep.
19.
That hits. Roll 3d6 damage. Okay,
Oh.
there is a hole big enough that you can try to do shit to it. Without
All right.
disadvantage.
I go do shit to it.
Could I have one con save first, please?
Yes.
Cool.
God.
You're not doing well,
Can
but...
I give Selwyn my inspiration?
By the rules, no, but by the power of friendship, yes.
Aw.
Carl's just somewhere like, well, Selwyn's a really good friend. Sitting in this fucking cage, like, oh, I'm motivated now.
Okay. Yeah. Feel free to roll Thieves' Tools Dexterity.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. In the first interval of time you have not succeeded, roll another con save. Okay, that's worth noting. Roll another Thieves' Tools Dexterity.
Yes.
Thank God.
Okay.
Fucking finally. I'm gonna get hit with a million arrows the second I come out.
So,
The door, it's the entire guy.
how long until we lose you, Emmy?
Soon. Very soon.
Soon.
Like I was about to say, I should probably top off now. But...
So, you've succeeded. You've unlocked it. We will confirm what happens to you next session.
Gotcha.
I fucking
Okay.
hate you.
Good luck, everybody.
Now we'll need it.
Oh boy. Have fun at the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have
You
Have
know,
fun
have fun and don't spoil it for anyone afterwards.
I promise I won't, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, take care.
Yeah.
You too. So I think we'll take our 5-minute break now, mostly because I ran out of coffee 20 minutes ago, around the time I was nearly killing Angel.
No,
I
no, that
was
tracks.
not gonna lie, fully expecting to die after that. I was like,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
I
Mark
will
is here
say
to the rescue with
it
his
was a-
power slide curling abilities.
it was a matter of one hit point that didn't make it so that the that one of the additional attacks didn't hit you early, like into a crit. So you by one hit point you didn't get crit killed by the attack. So
Ah, close.
yeah,
Buy Nix a
Yeah.
drink tonight.
yeah.
All right.
But I'll be back in a moment.
Yes. Need snacks.
I'm back.
Welcome.
Okay, do you guys have the plan yet?
No.
What do you mean, no? I've given
Kill.
you, like, 5 minutes.
We're going to
Kill.
what?
Yeah,
I like that I heard Carl's voice before I saw Carl, so it was just like the voice of God in the distance. It's what
I
Selwyn
mean,
heard.
if the voice of God has spoken.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
I guess,
win.
you know, like, why use dice when you have Carl?
Carl is a law unto himself, so makes sense.
Well, you know, he's a patron to many warlocks.
They're
I'm sure they're
chaos
all very great at
patron.
what they do.
Carl supports all of his many adopted children.
So,
Like, yeah, you're my new friend, sure, little guy. Good job.
so
Proud of you.
on the front of responsibility and stuff, jumping back to the alley, you guys have a corpse to dispose of, potentially.
This is why I think we need the bag of holding that's not a bag of holding and just eats things.
That's called a bag of devouring, that's an item.
Yeah, that one. I want that. But that's a long-term goal for my corpse disposal reasons.
You know, technically, if you had third level spells, you could use catapult to just yeet him into the sky and walk away.
Yeah. I don't have any. I don't have third level spells, though.
Yet.
True. When I
So-
get them, my mischief will know no bounds.
Your mischief already knows no bound. But anyway, what's the plan, guys?
All right, I have a brilliant plan.
Yep.
We just leave him here.
Prop him up on the side of a building, just like, man's napping.
We could put him in the trash that I woke up in. By the way, how did that happen?
What was that?
how did it happen that I was dead and then I was waving to my ancestors and then I was in the trash, but awake.
Combat
Well,
happens so fast.
well, you know,
I don't.
the world is just kind of a string of random occurrences.
How did this randomly occur to me, Mark?
Well, you fell over.
I didn't randomly fall over. This asshole murdered me. By the way, does this guy have any identification on him of any kind?
He has tattoos.
What do the tattoos look like?
Very religious.
Like
Is it just
Very, very
Paleotic?
Yeah, like he has like a sun tattoo on his forehead.
Oh god, this is like he's a guy that would definitely get stigmata tattoos on his hands and feet. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Well, we know he's Helio.
Well,
Well,
he's
so
not
he-
Helio.
I mean, yeah, I would hope not. Like, if their god was that easily trounced, then I perish the thought of it.
So I have some papers that I stole from the head priest's quarters and this nice sword. She has a nice sword on her back. So
You do have a nice sword. That may have been helpful in the last fight.
I didn't know, and I was dead.
That is true.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the sword. Long story short, there is. Okay, I have actually had a note to ask you about this. Do I know of anything that can do that earthbending that you were talking about?
Roll a nature check. And a history check.
A nature check and a history check.
So the nature check is essentially spell casting from your magic from your perspective, being a nature caster. The short answer is many fucking things. You can't specifically narrow it down though because you didn't roll high enough. But there are many spells that can manipulate the earth and minerals of the earth, like marble. So it may have been that, or it could have been like an elemental of, like a literal elemental of some sort, or something like that. History check, you're unfamiliar with any specific groups off the top of your head that might be kind of famous for that style of spellcasting. But maybe given more time and maybe a bit of research, you might be able to get some other ideas.
Well, she will describe what happened and the state of the man that she took the sword from. I did not see any sign of Varius. I haven't had the chance to read the papers. I'm guessing we should settle. Where is Selwyn?
I thought he was with you guys.
Oh no. Oh no.
Because I went out the window.
I went out the door. I did not see. Oh, did I? No, Selwyn was super fucking stealthed, and Carl was the only
The
one.
only
who saw
one who
Selwyn.
knows where Selwyn is
Yeah.
is Carl, and not because he's super perceptive, but because he's, because of his attention span, really.
Oh god.
And Carl kept running past us, so.
You guys have no fucking idea what Carl is. Like, he Forrest Gump
God.
sprinted his way out of town.
God.
He's gone.
We sh-
That's the last we've seen of Carl.
Let us-
Just regroup at the inn.
Let's shove him under the trash
Carl?
and then. No.
The hunter of Helio.
Does she have any money on him, by
Take.
the way?
and
No,
taking-
he doesn't have his wallet with him, but you can take his pants. They might be worth a bit.
Yeah, taking anything.
Would it be?
You could take his outfit and try to pretend to be one of the like weird
Okay.
zealot assholes if that's what you're thinking.
I don't judge me when I say this, but would it be overkill to burn his tattoos so they don't recognize him immediately as theirs?
While you're at it, why not just burn the body?
Axe that
I could do that. It
smells and
won't be
takes
subtle.
a long time. Yeah.
Won't- yeah, it will not be subtle. That is the problem. I think we should just shove him under the trash. There's
Yeah,
nothing
fair.
to tie it to us.
Fair enough, just roll him under there. Call it a day.
Mark just kind of spits on the corpse a little.
Died how he lived, pain in my ass.
My God. So again, what happened? How did I?
Healing
Well,
potion. We saved you.
You lived, right? So
Yeah.
there's nothing really else to say. How about that in?
I think
on.
we all need a shower or a bath and perhaps a drink.
Looking at Mark like,
He doesn't
What?
necessarily want to say he kicked you in the fucking trash. But he's
To
bad.
save your life.
he doesn't want to take credit for saving her.
You're fairly sure he did something to you, and he feels shameful, but also a little bit proud for doing it.
We used your healing potion and now you're fine. I mean, not fine. You're all beat to shit, but
I look between the pair of them, and well, thank you. I was very close to death. True death.
I know.
I know. Yep.
Well, fuck, it's a little bit obvious when someone's spitting up their
Yeah, no,
fucking.
shit. I hope Nyx is just aware of how fucking shady Mark and Callista are.
Mm-hmm.
Perpetually shady.
What do you mean?
Fucking shady.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like
Oh,
great
God.
people.
No, we're
Mm.
both nearly feral, poorly socialized criminals.
What?
Yeah.
No.
But you know, you're her nearly feral, poorly socialized criminals.
It's fine. I'm sure we'll be house trained eventually.
Okay.
Like, eventually is a very flexible term.
One's more hopeful than the other.
I would say no, it's not really. You know that eventually there's a deadline. You know, hey, death for the universe. I don't know if we'll be there by then. But okay.
Oh, cool.
Mark, you feel mildly better.
Yep.
So in.
Yeah.
And given that I look pretty rough, I think I'm gonna wild shape again.
Into what?
Can press to
Into-
digitize everyone.
Can you?
Yeah.
she
for blood-
can
for-
methodically take all those stains out.
Yeah, for blood and garbage reasons. Yeah, I can press to digitize.
She's the only reason you guys don't have to change every 10 minutes.
Yeah. I just had that like
Mine?
going constantly passively, just boom, 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 constantly. Yeah. I'll make us presentable. As long as we don't like talk.
You may be asking too much from all of us.
Fine. Let's go back to the inn.
Okay.
Drink.
So, you guys are at the inn. Carol, where was your next stop?
Carl's whirlwind shopping trip.
Put it in.
Okay. When you guys arrive, like, Carol's already kind of like just, like, you know, sitting in like one of the chairs in the foyer holding a newspaper upside down.
Well, that solves that problem.
Looking inside the newspaper, you see there's just a second book he's reading.
Which
But
is
it's-
called what?
It's Carl, roll an intelligence check.
Carl is the fucking definition of never let them know your next move.
Is it Axiom Compendium of Axes?
I was gonna say that, but now I can't, Cat. So, so it's Hammers for Dummies, Volume 5.
Oh, I'm pretty deep in the series now.
This is the first one he's read. Well, so it starts on small hammers and then works its way up. So, you know, we don't want to read about rock hammers or anything like that. You know, right now we're in like good, you know, like regular sized hammers. But anyway, you guys are all together. Converse or not, it's up to you.
Hey, where's Selwyn?
We
Was
thought he
hoping
was
you
with
knew
you.
that. Yeah.
No,
Have you?
can't say it was.
The last time we saw him was before we walked into the cathedral, and I know he walked in with us. Well, not with us, but near us.
He was in the dining room, then, I don't know. Behind the tapestry.
Oh God!
He came out the window, didn't he? I did.
That was Mark.
Yep.
I ran out
Okay.
in cat form after gathering some information.
Well, see, unfortunately, Carol, that was your second guess because you're fairly sure Selwyn turned into a cat and left.
Damn. Okay. Well, no one saw him leave, so he's either sneaking somewhere to do with the cathedral or dead in the cathedral.
Yes, well, those are the two options.
I do hope for the first. I would not be surprised about the second with how that went. So
I show Carl and Mark the longsword, and I took this off of one of the assholes in the cathedral.
Carl,
wanted-
roll Smith's Tools Intelligence.
Is the sword I can roll? Is blah blah blah? Is the sword something I could roll history or something on? Is that kind of sword, or is it just a bitchin' sword?
Like,
It's
I'll let you
sword.
choose if you have disadvantage on this, Cat, on your interest in swords. I see.
Callista was more like an Axiom girl.
Yeah, really. The Compendium of Axes is my favorite book. Had bedside table read.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's just a good read and a good paperweight, and you know, it
Yeah.
upsets certain angry paladins.
It's a multi-use tool.
Yeah. Looking at it, it's a sword. Oh, and Carl, you know, you've successfully identified it. It's a sword.
Gang.
Carl and Callista both look at it. It's like, that's a sword. That one, that's a sword.
You guys could stop by Nicholas and get it identified.
It's true.
Or you
Like,
could just,
hey,
like,
Nick.
stab Carl and see what happens.
Hey, Nick,
Let's go with that option.
ran out of drugs, and also, what's a sword?
Is that the plan?
I think we should, because we've got a bit of a hot potato with Nix's paperwork. I'm Callista. You're Nix.
Yep.
Nix's paperwork. So I feel like we need to resolve that a bit before we go walking around with that in our pocket. So, congregate in
note-
a room.
Like, it's not a small amount of paperwork Nix has. It's like a, you know, it's like it's like a stack this big of sheets of paper.
And so my notes have that I have large collection of scrolls,
Yep.
journals, and books.
She has so
From-
much that technically, if we had a continuity officer, she wouldn't be able to carry them out of the building.
I didn't carry them out of the building. I held them. I stuffed them in my pack, and I changed into a cat, which by the rules.
That's
There you
true, but technically, upon unwild chafing, you would have then fallen over.
Details.
I did.
Well, you,
No, okay, fair enough.
you did,
You
but
immediately
not for the
ate
right
shit. Yeah, no,
reason.
fair enough.
So I will say it to go through this in any detail, it's going to take potentially days to look through these.
Okay.
Let's start with the journals. Don't you think?
Short rest, the journals.
What language are these in?
They are written in three languages: Common, Celestial, and Silesian.
I
God damn
speak
it.
all three.
Well, fuck you.
Well,
Okay,
I'm literally from there. What the fuck do you want from me?
Okay, so Nyx can take the common, Mott can take the Silesian, I can take the celestial.
Is that the plan?
Tentatively. I do want to get that short rest in because I don't know what's going to happen. You guys are beat to shit. Also,
What do you
I want
mean?
Are we allowed to? Roll hit
Yeah, you can
dice?
short rest, just not long rest.
Yeah, no, that's sort of like roll hit dice just before someone else jumps us.
Yeah, before like the Matrodine comes up with a particularly sharp cheese knife.
Oh, fuck. My mouse is malfunctioning. I'll take the first.
Not a
three.
problem, man. It happens to some of us.
Eat my dick.
It can't reach this far, man.
Yes, again.
No, Matt, that's not even your quote. Your quote's wrong again.
Okay, I'm back to full.
Okay.
Carl is vibing. I mean, Carl can take some of the common ones too.
He could,
want to?
but he doesn't particularly want to.
He can be panda-ing.
Now, I will say, on two different points in this week, I was doing my damn prep homework, and I worked out what this sword was twice, two different weapons. So I'm going to give you guys a choice in general, and just damn me a 1 or a 2 if you want it to be a DPS or a utility. The utility doesn't have damage; it just means it does something on top of damage. Where
I
DPS
have
means
a
it's damage
question.
focused. Yep.
I have a question. You're free to not answer it as always.
Yep.
Would you say it's sort of like, I know you don't regularly do these, but there's like questioning, a level appropriate thing, or does it is it beyond our current level, or does it level with us, or
No, this wouldn't be one of the divine treasures.
no, okay. Yeah, but what I'm asking for is if you're saying DPS, right? Would that mean hypothetically that it's a
okay.
+2 sword?
So if it was a DPS, it would be something in the genre of the Flame Tongue sword, in which it has all it really does is it just has a flat damage modifier from every level of play.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Sunblade, which is just a D8, or the Frostbrand, which is just a D6.
Okay.
I think everyone sent me the exact same answer. Oh yeah, no, everyone sent me the same answer. Yeah.
Okay.
We
didn't talk first. I didn't DM Kat, even though I was like, I should ask Kat what she wants.
No. This is perfect because it's a better answer.
It just happens organically.
Yeah, I won't tell you what it is yet because you haven't identified, but it is now the utility choice out of the two. Okay.
I mean,
Yay.
it's probably going to Carl. He could use a little bit of utility.
Potentially.
Carl serves his function perfectly. No one knows what the function is. Not even Carl. But he serves it perfectly.
His function is to be the Carl.
The analogy I would use for what Carl is in any setting is if he was binary, he wouldn't be a 1 or a 0, he'd be a 7.
Yep.
This is true.
He looks a little bit like a 1, but he really fucks up the program.
Yeah, if you see a 7 in your binary code, it's okay, how do we get here?
So
You are Camouflaged.
With that in mind, so you guys want to do some reading?
Yep.
So that I can keep track of it, in the game post if you're reading a scroll, a journal, or paperwork, each individual reader. With like a dot, then the language that you're reading it in, so I know which ones you guys are going through.
Does anything have pictures?
Yeah, actually.
No, we're all just doing journals.
I mean, Kat hasn't said anything yet. Don't tell her how to run her life.
I was gonna do paperwork, but I can do a journal.
No.
No,
He
it's
wasn't
fine.
instructing. He was like saying like, oh, we're all doing the same thing.
The thing with pictures.
Okay, so Carol, can I have an insight check against the drawings?
Only
Watch this be
secrets.
the only high roll.
Carol,
Yeah.
looking at those drawings, you think this might be some sort of diagram that one would be able to use to construct something.
A blueprint for a fucking
job, Carl.
trebuchet.
So Carl, you are fairly sure you're looking at the architectural designs for some sort of structure.
They're gonna build something, I think.
They're always building something.
Can we see what it is?
You guys can roll an intelligence. And if anyone, it's intelligence with like stone tools if you're proficient. If not, it's flat intelligence.
Oh.
But I'm
Does that-
saying that no one here is a dwarf. I would just passively assume no one has like stones.
Nice.
We're all just like, that's a bunch of circles.
Yeah, I don't
Cat,
know.
you're fucking looking at that. That's a fucking flying saucer.
It's like, oh my god, I didn't think we were here yet.
Murder, did you have advantage or did it double click?
No, double click.
Cool.
Like,
You guys are looking at it.
6, 5, 6.
If Carl wasn't telling you it was an architectural drawing, you wouldn't think it was.
Perhaps a problem for tomorrow if we survive. We'll look at it a bit later. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, you guys could maybe take
Works
it
for me.
to Nicholas and have him identify the drawing for you.
No. I'm usually smart at things. I
Uh-huh.
What
will
if
not
he's a
do
rat?
this.
You never know.
I feel that you have to be careful saying that one of your party members literally can be a rat.
True. I'm a snitch.
No, I was talking about the lady who can turn into a rat. Cat, I don't know where you're at, but okay.
I love how you're like, I will sell you out. That's my
For
contribution.
1 point.
Okay.
Yep.
Everyone else roll
But-
insight on the documents you're going through. This is essentially while skimming to see what meaning you can kind of pull from the documents.
I mean, this tracks.
Murder.
Yep.
It doesn't take you long reading through the one you're talking about. This isn't quite a journal per se, more of a like a list of communications between two people. So like can't think of it as like if you're sending a letter and you're getting one. This is where all the information is collated.
Actually, no, I'll let you finish.
It's fairly professional for the first half, but there's some chemistry between the two senders. It's only mildly concerning because based on context clues, you're fairly sure one of the senders is probably fairly young.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
So
Legions
we're gonna
for
kill
ya.
that one.
Well, fairly young could mean that like this guy was like 40 and the other one is like 20.
Yeah, if you're
Like
half that
weird.
number.
We'll
Fuck
keep an
him.
eye on it.
Fuck him.
Yeah, we're gonna kill him.
No, I think he's dead. I think this is the guy that got fucking smushed.
Smush guy survived. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, sorry. When you said smush, I thought you meant the guy who had like the marble column, like rail dropped in him, not the guy who was like Tetrised into the wall.
Yeah, no, the Tetris guy.
Okay, yeah, okay, same page. Yeah, maybe.
Pancake.
Um.
So this
Okay.
was just like a log of messages between.
Yeah, like this is like maybe about a year of back and forths based on like dates and
Damn,
stuff,
you're some-
like 1 or 2 messages a day. So it's not someone who's like super far away, it's someone who's they're passing notes essentially is what's happening here.
Anything.
So between a priest and a child?
Could be a janitor.
Like anything that would like not disclose like name or whatever, because that wouldn't really help me, but maybe rank and social standing.
Oh, the social standing of the writer is much higher than the social standing of the family of the recipient.
Okay.
Like,
Getting
I would
weird.
say, like, not necessarily nobility, but maybe related to, like, lesser nobility or a high member of the community, like a mayor or something.
Okay. Like that just means this is like firmly like deeply personal to whoever was sending the letter, so it's not really useful to us at the moment. So
That is if, you want to blackmail pedophiles.
I don't think they
And or
care.
murder
go to
them.
the like I'll be like, I'll go to the press with this. Nobody here can read. They stabbed me.
Like, you go to the press and everyone's like, what do you mean? Yeah, this is Utah. This just happens.
Either they're just accepting of it, or nobody can fucking read, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, of course we do polygamy. Like, yeah, she was fine, but that's just how it works.
That's how a cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah. But anyway, jumping to Angel for a moment.
That's fucking horrible, pal.
I know,
Yeah.
that was my point. But yeah, jumping to Angel for a moment, like, look through the document, like, you think this is a just double checking. You were looking at a journal. It seems that the main purpose of this journal is keeping track of expenses for the church here. Based on your understanding of economics, it doesn't seem to be lining up. There's a lot more money coming in than there is being recorded.
What is it coming in
Like,
as?
well, so like a lot of money is coming in like through donations or through like money being kind of like given from other like churches of Helio as like a hey, here's like running fees and stuff, like money to pay for running fees and stuff. But like you're fairly sure there's a factor of like a whole zero missing from like the total money that they're accounting that they have. So
I guess what I'm getting at is
Okay, yep.
how are they disguising the money, the extra money?
So it doesn't seem that they're necessarily disguising it. What you've noticed is that the money essentially on the income side is not matching the money on the outcome side or on the like total remaining wealth side, if that makes sense. So there's like so when you do the math, it doesn't line up. So there is a lot of money that's unaccounted for.
Is there anything in particular that they're buying or donating?
You would notice a large amount of oil has been donated. When I say a large amount, think like big barrels worth.
Enough to get America interested.
It's not like crude oil, so not really. It's more like well.
Is it flammable?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I will point that out to my friends I think that someone is playing with the books, and it looks like they are stockpiling flammable oil.
Oh boy.
Well, that makes sense. Sun god and everything.
It's more than that. It's more than just they need to have the lamps on all the time. It's
No, I think they're gonna set this town on fire. Is what I was going.
this thought just occurred to me. Is Helios the type to sacrifice people for more power?
No, they just kind of do it to their own vanity.
So they sacrifice people.
Yes, but social standing is what they get out of it, not any divine boon.
So we have 2 or 3 groups. Not sure yet, I guess. 2 or 3 groups of different assholes working together, right?
To our knowledge, yes. Hopefully
Why?
just the 3.
Why would they all be working together?
Well, if I had to hazard a guess, the operation in this town specifically probably had to do with the little breastplate we got for Carl. Bury it, whatever, since the Silesians didn't want it. Or the Church of Helio didn't want it. There's a distinction.
Is there?
It's very slight, but yes. Ultimately, you might as well consider a devotee of Helio a traitor to their country of origin if the church called for it, but there is a difference.
Okay.
Right. They were probably using the cult of sin was pretty jury rigged, quickly assembled. They were probably using it as a tool to do something to the breastplate. Now, as for the mystery third group, we don't know what they want. We know that they've probably played mediator. We've known that they are the one that struck the proper deals. But we don't know what they want. Actually, no, there's a fourth group that's not part of that collective that's hunting the mystery deal broker group. But that's a different story.
And then there's us.
There is
And
us.
Fergus.
Somehow so deeply caught in the middle of all of this. Alright.
What does yours say, Kalista?
I don't know yet. I'm a slow reader. It's all good though. But I had paperwork, so I don't know. But did we get any leads about Fergus on that whole venture in the cathedral? No, right?
He wasn't there probably.
Yeah, Nyx would tell you that he wasn't on the 3rd floor. She checked.
Unless he was secretly that paladin that went mush.
Yep, he
Oh, how much
was
silver was in his coin purse?
Roll 7 d20s.
Oh, nice.
Uh, 230.
She actually holds up the coin purse and she looks in. She goes, "Fuck yes." She pulls out probably 30 for herself and then hands it to Callista to manage the rest. So 230. So she takes 30 for herself.
into the gold bag.
So I will say, just as a
Thank
side
you
note
for
on
your
the
contribution.
on your DM, Cat, I would give you more information, but it would require paragraphs of typing, which can't be done in session.
All good.
Yeah.
All good. Hey, if you want to talk sometime soon, I actually have a very light work week next week.
Really?
I know, it doesn't happen usually, but yeah. I got 3 days off.
Okay.
Wild, I know.
On the first one of those, DM me and we will talk.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, it should happen more often. From my perspective, not yours.
But did I get anything from... I had a 16 on my paperwork in Celestial.
You'd have the kind of like a head count of like people who have been coming in and out of church, like who's been coming in a lot, who's only been in once or twice. Essentially, that they're putting some effort into keeping track of who's visiting the church during sermons.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
based on your understanding of this town, you'd say maybe 7% of the town regularly visits.
7 or 70?
7.
Yeah, 7. Okay. So, not as strong a presence as they probably would prefer.
I would describe it as soul-crushingly sad from their perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, no. They've got this one true God sitting right here, ready for the worship, and these people aren't biting.
Like most other churches of Solace get normally about like a 30 to 50%, if not higher.
Rip.
Yep.
These people just are not interested.
I mean, why go to church when you can sleep with your sister?
You make a good point there, Mutter. You could run for mayor in this podunk town. That could be your slogan.
Why go to church when you can sleep with your sister?
Yeah.
Just have the most obvious, like, heavy contempt for everybody.
Yeah. And you'd
Cool.
win purely on the merit that, you're just enabling them to do the shit they were doing in the broom closet anyway.
Cool. Okay. Do we get more rolls for like reading, or is this okay?
You can spend more time at it, but at this point you guys have been at it for like an hour or two. It is
Okay.
past lunchtime now. We're nearly made it to long rest period.
I mean, not really knowing what else to do, Nyx would say that unless we are prepared to assault the cathedral to go looking for Selwyn, I'm not sure what we can do.
Well, there are other things we can do.
Like what? She wasn't being saucy. She was actually asking, by the way.
Oh, I know. It's just
She
like
may have been
he
a little
takes
bit saucy
moment.
though, but that's just the accent.
Well,
Uh,
it might mean condemning Selwyn to his own devices, but we're
he's
probably not.
historically very good at devices. He'll be fine.
But
Is he?
come on, guys. a
Nyx
little-
actually looks at you. He's broken 2 sets of picks.
Anyway, Mark, your idea?
We're probably not finding Fergus with the Salesians. Maybe not even a hint of him. The
So you
warehouse, though, had other tunnels. And that's probably the secret network a mysterious third party uses.
Do you want to go
Do-
back?
No,
It's our
but we
only
probably
other
should.
lead.
It was fun the first time.
Carl,
You are not allowed to wander by
almost
yourself
died.
at all. You are not allowed to wander at all. I'm tempted to tie you to Mark.
Buddy
Carl-
system
Carl,
sounds
roll
wonderful.
insight on what's being told, what's being said to you right now.
What does Carl take from this?
Oh, there we go.
Ironically, you know, a lot of things might get past you. But at this moment, it seems that your friends are concerned because I have some sort of weird idea that you get into trouble a lot.
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Oh, buddy.
Unfortunately, there's an insight check on the group
I got a
and
sword
not
and
on
shield.
Carl.
See, I listened.
Did you want to use the sword? Oh, that's the other thing. Do we want to try and talk to Nick
Nicholas, our friendly
Nicholas
local drug dealer.
before we go to identify this?
We could. I do want to
Uh.
say, if we dive into those tunnels, that's like a full thing. We'd be safer from any retaliatory strikes by the two other factions in there, by virtue of it being cramped, out of the way, and trapped to hell. But we'd be fully committed to exploring that and not really fiddling with the rest of the shit show in this town for a little while.
Well, and more than that, if we do that, I will insist that we get a good night's sleep.
Agreed on that. I don't think the tunnels are a today activity. It might be tomorrow at the crack of dawn activity, but not today.
Well, and this gives Selwyn a chance to either untangle themselves
Oh.
or get word to us somehow.
Well, you said that somebody was killed on the upper floors, right? And they were wearing pretty fancy armor.
Yes. We.
Well, I witness, like, rumors at least, 5 members of the Helioic faith wandered into this city. So they would have about 5 people of note in there. They're down to 3 now.
Would you think the asshole that we were fighting just now was one of
Oh,
them?
absolutely.
I agree.
Not saying we're better equipped to kick open their door and kill them all yet, because we're not.
But they would have the paladin, the cleric, and
The other
would
cleric.
it be the war priest, or is that guy local? I don't know.
Was that a question aimed at me, or is that a question aimed at character?
It was a little bit of both. I mostly aimed at you because I don't think we ever got confirmation whether or not the war priest that we dropped the railing on was a local or
Oh,
part
cool.
of the
The guy
posse.
leading the sermon was local.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, they'd still have like a mysterious 3 like figures in the reserve, but there's also one competent one from the local market. Because
Yeah.
the way the other guy was described, he was wearing way too fancy shit to be local. The Crush guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think they keep an assassin in this backwater shithole.
What? No.
Another thing.
This is a nice backwater shithole.
Yeah.
If we're feeling dangerous, I could just make myself look like the guy that tried to kill you and go back to say I failed. Because I could do that. Maybe kill some of them on my own, maybe find Selwyn.
I don't like the idea of you going in by yourself.
I mean, Selwyn's in there somewhere, so really it's an extended version of the buddy system.
The buddy system where you meet up after everything has gone down. Yeah, that makes sense. I also could potentially do that. But we don't have
the
a.
language. I know the customs.
I would
will
be
say,
sincerely following behind you.
Just to really shit on your pride at this point.
Yeah.
You don't know his name. You don't know the name of anyone else. You don't know.
No, I'd
Yeah.
wing it.
Like, you
I'm
could, but, like, for
Stefan.
example, like, if Cat went in there as well as him, all of a sudden he had a very feminine voice and didn't know his name, and was mildly
I had
shorter.
a concussion.
Guys,
Crazy
they
things.
really fucked me up out there. Boys, it was rough.
They stole like a foot of height. It was weird.
Again, I'm not saying no to anything, because you guys can do whatever you want. I'm just offering some constructive criticism.
No, I would like. At that point, it would be easier to mark without his name, but with the general attitude of it all, with Nyx as a mouse in his pocket. That would be the buddy system there. But I don't know. I don't want to risk it. But I just want to read more stupid papers.
Nerd.
About that.
Sorry, continue.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Might want to get a few rotations going as far as where we sleep, so that when this place blows up too, we're not in here.
Oh yeah, have like a room at 3 different inns and sleep at a different one each night, randomly selected, of course. Have a couple safe houses.
I will say, including this inn, there's only 2 other ones left now.
See, my plan is flawless.
Hey, aren't those houses still around? We could maybe stick one of
We
those.
blew up all of them. No, we didn't blow up one of them. We blew up 90% of them. But I get that house is probably still a little bit of a hot zone, but safest place for a bandit is underneath the sheriff's bed, so I guess maybe.
What?
No, I think that'd be in his hideout.
Y'all need more sayings.
Just in general.
Yeah. I said my piece. But
I'll remember that for next time.
Carl, roll insight on that saying you've just added to your vocabulary.
Either way, we seem to want to sleep and let someone sort himself out for a little while. Which I'm
Want
not
is a strong word, but I don't know how much help any of us are
Yeah.
going to be in our current shape.
none of us have
I'm
the
pitching.
skill set to even remotely be helpful to Selwyn in this situation, aside from a large distraction. So
I'm good at those.
If only you knew
I am
another rogue in the
aware.
city you could use.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't.
If you're referring to Fergus, fuck you, we can't find him.
I wasn't back referring to Fergus.
Well, he can stop being
Thinking
a little
about that.
sissy and come out of being kidnapped already or something.
Nah,
Fuck's sakes, man.
he's taking
You
a long
know-
weekend.
To be fair, we're making a lot of assumptions that Fergus has been kidnapped. He left of his own volition the last we knew, so.
He could be holed up in some house building his yarn and newspaper clipping wall of conspiracy right now, just really deep into it, and we're just like, oh no, Fergus, my poor Fergus, kidnapped. No, he's just having a mental breakdown at above the grocery store or something.
Well, man up, find us, and let's figure it out.
Holy
Holy shit.
maybe he ran into an old friend, and they've just been drinking since you last saw them.
If he is,
impossible.
then
He doesn't
Nyx
have
is going
friends.
to kill him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As a group of people who are tentatively Fergus's closest friends in the city, I do not think that man has friends.
Well, that's a bit mean.
meant in all kindness, but he's far too much of a workaholic to have anything outside of work acquaintances.
Okay, maybe he got that book deal he was always looking for.
Well, there you go. His detective noir books.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, who knows?
That was what it was in the journal all this time.
Or-
His manuscript.
Hmm.
Salute.
Discord,
Welcome
Discord
back.
just reset for me. Hello.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm bloody setting shit up on my other monitor, and then all of a sudden I hear "badoop," and you guys aren't there. It's like, ah, well, fuck.
Well, damn.
It's probably Murder's
Um,
fault.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry,
got
Murder. I
him.
just want to clarify. I blame you for everything that I can't directly blame on anything else. So it wasn't. I'm not picking on you specifically this time. I'm just generally picking on you.
Yeah, okay.
So, one thing I would like to do. When did I talk to to my Pride of Crows last? Was it this
A
morning?
day ago.
Okay, I would like
Right,
to see
Early
it
if
was
this
I
right
morning.
can.
before. Yeah, right before we went into the cathedral.
Oh, okay. It has been 6 hours.
I'll talk to them again before we go to bed.
Okay.
If we're chilling for the rest of the day, can we make more rolls on reading shit?
I'll let you guys make one more roll.
I'll try, like,
Yay.
Yeah, like
Select-
post what you're reading and then
Okay.
do the check.
Would you allow? No, I don't have any second level spell slots back. Never mind.
The answer is probably yes. I would have if you had the second level spell slots.
I was going to ask to be able to cast Owl's Wisdom, but I don't have the slot, so.
I assumed you were going to say that on the basis that nearly every character that has that spell will always say, "Hey, can I cast this?" It's a guidance of second level spells.
I like to ask before I do it.
I know.
'Cause
I appreciate it, but because of that, I knew what you were going to ask.
I only use my second level spells for stabbing things.
Carl, roll an insight check.
Oh, Carl, you're really killing these insight checks on
Like-
things. Like, consistently better than average.
Like Carl, you're
Because she's
you're
scared.
going through the pictures and you're like, that's a map of the town.
Hey, this is gonna be
Map
handy
of the
for us.
town.
Now we know where everything's at.
There's even helpful red dots to help tell you where you are.
Oh.
We're right here.
Oh.
targets.
Carl, no, we're not. That's not our dot. Oh, God.
So what are the
no.
targets?
Oh, they're generally very densely populated places or government buildings.
Okay, I
Classic.
have a
I
question.
will say one of
What-
the dots is actually on the hotel though.
Yeah, I figured.
So he
Um,
wasn't wrong. He was just pointing at the wrong dot.
No.
So let me get this straight. They're going to use the oil to set the city on fire. Why?
Because they're fucking crazy.
That is not the answer. There has to be a reason.
Could be destabilizing. It's
We're so far
Uh,
away from the border. Why would they go to this town?
Maybe they're just testing what they can get away with.
this is a backwater town. If it's a good first step of mischief to make.
The Church of
Hey.
Work
Helio-
inward.
Do you think that when the other end blew up, do you think that was a practice?
I wouldn't be surprised. Two birds, one stone. Get rid of us. Do a little practice run. See how the guards react to a smaller emergency. And if I were a foreign power looking to test the waters for a terrorism, I wouldn't choose a town closest to my borders. I know that for sure. So the town farthest away from literally any other country they could be fighting with is not a bad place to test.
I mean, there's two angles to this. There's Solus is getting antsy, so it's using its totally unofficial control over the Church of Helio to blow up neighboring kingdoms because it hates them. Or
How's that?
this is part of their deal with with the mystery guy, who's probably part of the group being hunted by our serial killer group. That maybe they're just trying to flush him out.
Oh. Have we pitched Madrigal?
Who?
Madrigal, the country.
Great Kingdom, Germany.
It is a great kingdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great.
According to Madrigal, yeah.
According to the
Okay.
state propaganda. Sorry, yes?
I have a question about the geopolitical climate of this area of the world. Are any of these countries not
Friends?
bad?
No.
Fair weather.
Oh!
I mean,
The DMZ is pretty nice.
the DMZ is a hot mess, but it's not objectively evil like Solace and Madrigal.
I'd make an argument Vermilion's pretty not evil.
Okay. I was about to say
Vermilion's like milk toast boring.
No, it's
Nothing to
like
write home about so far. I mean, Selwyn might be committing crimes in the name of Queen and Country for Terraborn, but I don't know.
You know, we smashed
I don't know
Carla into the
story
basement.
there.
We have like a Golden Eye opening sequence of her killing everyone on the way out.
ba-da-bum-bum.
Yeah. And it's an uneasy piece between these three because like big scary Falinel up north with the elves, it's like, okay, I guess enemy of my enemy is still my enemy, but we won't fight each other because the other guy's bigger. So that's kind of the situation there.
Like historically hasn't really helped internal problems because like Vermilion is just coming off a civil war, like just coming off in quotes.
Yeah.
But
If it helps, the good guys won the Civil War.
no, the Royalists won the Civil War.
Yeah, the people who weren't using necromancy. The good guys.
necromancy
Yeah.
isn't inherently evil. Let's calm down.
It is when you're raising an army of zombies to fight civilians.
That's true. That's
Like, when
fair.
I say necromancy, I don't necessarily
Yeah.
mean the spell school. I mean, like, the video games from the 90s necromancy.
Yeah, like face melty necromancy.
Yeah. Like,
But,
you know, liches and stuff. Like, classic necromancy, you know, before it went into, like, the grey era of, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's bring people back to life.
What's up with the plague going down?
It sucks.
I agreed.
I guess I
But,
need a more specific question.
Like, how's it affecting things right now? Because
It's
It's
affecting
just-
the center of Vermilion a lot more because that's where more population is. That's where more necrophages are. It's pretty rough. If you think of like like what symptoms and
Okay.
stuff, like literally think like Black Death. It's not good.
fantastic.
That
Okay.
could be-
You kind of wish you're a paladin or a monk right now.
Yeah, not great. We'll learn how to fucking what's that spell? Cure disease or whatever.
That's not a spell. You're
What is
going to
it?
be thinking lesser
Poise-
restoration.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
I can
There's,
guess that.
I'm a caster.
there's also like
I'm a
that.
caster. I promise.
Maybe lunatic holy men are trying to purge Vermilion before literally everyone's a zombie.
Well,
That could be true. You know, like if you murder everyone here in fire, they're not going to turn into undead that will attack Solace.
the question becomes, how do we stop them?
Do we have to?
Gods aren't going. It's
I
moments like these
generally
where I
don't
deeply
want-
understand that this isn't my problem, but it's now our problem.
We might get paid for it.
I'm not going to get paid for these people suck.
Right, but like, I'm not gonna save that entire fucking political structure just because I
I
might
don't
get
care
paid
about
for
their
it.
political structure, Mark. That's not about the political. It's not about politics. It's about the innocent people who are going to die. The
I do
children
agree we have
and
to
the old men and women and the people who've done nothing wrong. We're just living here. I don't care
I do
about the
agree.
guards. I don't care about the mayor. I don't care about any of that. I care about the people who are going to be hurt. That's why I want to stop them.
Either way, it warrants intervention. Yes, we don't have the manpower to go up against an assault on this city from Solus, or from Madrigal, or really from anyone. So we don't have the Corporation of the Guards. One official helper is missing and or kidnapped. Our party is currently split. We have very little to go on. So
I don't want to disagree with your existential crisis, but for the sake of pacing, can I answer what the other people are reading in the books?
Sure.
absolutely.
Cool. Like,
I
you know,
would
I don't want
love
to put
to.
on existential crises, you know, big fan of them, but for the sake of...
Cool. I don't know. Fucking.
Hey, Murder, you're reading through this, and, you know, there's just an odd number of, like, references to the sacrament in here. You think it might be code.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Nearly cracked this one wide
At one
open.
point, you saw Fergus's name in the book. Maybe Fergus is the sacrament.
I've nearly got this, guys. I've nearly cracked it wide open.
Based on what you're reading,
Mark's
you
working
think
through it.
you think the church has Fergus in the basement.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
You rolled a 1, man. But so we've had with yours, you were reading. Oh, okay. Hey,
Celestial
Kat,
Scrolls.
you're reading the scrolls. That's a spell scroll.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I know how to do those things.
You do.
I know.
The issue you will have is you can't cast any of those spells because they're not wizard spells. Well, you can. There's just a roll to do so, but you have a handful of scrolls for some clerics /paladin spells, which
cool.
I'll put on the party loot in between sessions, so we don't have to talk about it now.
Nice.
But just mark on the party
do
loot 5
druids learn
spells.
spells.
But no, druids
No,
can't learn
druids
spells. They
prepare.
prepare.
Okay.
What spell
But-
is it?
Down.
It's
Are you gonna-
it's a number of low-level paladin cleric spells. I'll fill it in between sessions on the party loot, but you've got 5 scrolls in total.
Right.
Now, Angel, could I please have a roll?
Sure.
Like, there is only two ways to do this. Either we start like looking into like quote unquote mystery faction, or we attack the church to prevent the fucking fire bombings.
Yeah. What would be helpful is finding that oil.
So, narratively convenient. Hey, Angel, you found the. You essentially have the list of receipts for the movers and the warehouse are paying to store all the oil in.
Well, just like a movie.
Wow.
She actually went, what if we blew up the warehouse while the oil was still in?
Oh god. They're
It'd be
trying
a
to blow up the
huge-
entire city with this. I don't know if the city could contain one large blast of it. It was enough to bring down several buildings.
I will say it's worth
know.
noting, just to talk about what oil would do in this context, isn't an explosive substance. It's an igniter, which I would set in several different places to burn the city. If you burned it all in one place and then contained the fire,
Okay.
it could be
It wouldn't-
it wouldn't be as much of an issue, especially because like the warehouse would be made of stuff that'd
Right.
be slightly more flame resistant than like a government building.
How about we blow up their church? Sorry, set their church on fire.
I don't mind that. That's fine. But can we? I don't care. they're assholes, especially if they're thinking about doing this. But if all of the oil is still in the warehouse and we destroy the warehouse and ignite the oil, then the oil becomes useless. It at least delays that part of the plan.
Wouldn't be
Yep.
surprised if it scrapped that area, that route of planning altogether, because they were discovered they used the oil, and it was thwarted. So I don't know if they'd circle back on using that particular method again. But yeah,
It's just a thought. I don't.
it's worth it.
I don't know if it's the right answer. I don't know, but the way this won't explode. It's not like the boom jelly that we found. I know fire, okay?
Nick's is sitting over here like, oh, don't tell me about fire. I know fire.
How long do you think it'll be before they notice that these papers are gone?
It wouldn't. Well, with one paladin, one paladin dead, and they're looking for the assassin. It probably won't be much longer than tomorrow, so we need to figure out if we're doing this pretty quickly.
I'm ready to go.
I'm not.
I think it's worth doing at least a reconnaissance pass at the warehouse. But
You know, if you guys want to kind of like subcontract the job, you could get your druid to ask like a bird to fly over with a match.
and
They
we're
would.
just standing out there with like a bucket of water, be like, okay, no, fire, stay over there. No, not over here.
No, you-
Just
let-
directing
Let
it.
Nacho sort
I
it
have
out.
a
Okay?
cantrip.
You have like a 5 square foot per second or per 6 second.
I know, but it's something. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can also,
It's
you know, just like pre-wet the ground around the building.
That's true. Okay.
Or give Carl like, you know, a sword or something to swing at the fire
Swords.
with.
Like,
Let's
there are ways to do this.
fucking outsource our domestic terrorists.
We're not the domestic terrorists.
We are suborning the domestic terrorism plot. We are
I would-
subsuming it. We are taking it over.
I would describe you at. I would say technically you would be a terrorist group, but you're not. You're a terrorism group that terrorizes terrorists.
I would like the FBI agent who listens to my internet traffic to know this is a joke.
I'd let him to know. I'd like him to know that she's lying.
Don't listen to the Aussie.
Mine already knows that I'm. Mine already knows that I'm not lying. I'm in it to win it.
And you know, FBI man, you know, would you trust a terrorist?
It's true. No, it's a double blind.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, now that I think that was all the documents have been looked at, do you guys want to get drugs at Nicholas's, get your shit identified, then have a nap?
I
Probably.
think so. Anything like not immediately useful or that we've already gone through, I would like to either put separately or dispose of.
Yep, your stuff in the
Like-
fireplace. Cool.
Yep.
So, you know, mid-sentence transition, you guys are at Nicholas's.
Smash cut.
Yep. He's, you know, just waiting for customers because most of his job is fucking waiting.
Hello again.
Again.
Nicholas.
Long time no see. Side effects?
We have something else. No, we have something else for
Oh,
you
cool.
to identify.
He will look at Carl. I don't know what he is.
Huh? What?
No,
Carl.
not the person.
No
the
offense.
thing.
Carl is a gift.
I'm Carl.
I put the sword on.
How are you?
He will go. I'm doing good, Carol. He'll look at the sword. What's a sword?
That's why we're here, Nicholas.
Oh. Well, what do you want to know about it?
Nicholas, we think it does things.
Oh, okay.
Drink the potion, look at it,
Oh,
do the old sniff test. That
I-
sort of identifying health.
I understand. I thought it was a bit weird for you guys to come in here and ask what a sword is. I thought they were fairly common, but I understand now. He will go and have a potion or two, and then he'll take a look.
Nyx actually whispers to Callista, "Why do we have to explain so much to everyone in the city? Why? Please explain why we're explaining literally everything."
This fucking game is tried.
I have made my stance clear on the educational capabilities of this city. I have made myself deeply and personally clear about that. But yeah, no, Callista's just gonna fucking seethe about the educational capabilities of the city right now.
So Nicholas
He's
will
not
kind of
even
just
drunk.
wait for you guys to be done because identifying is like cast done knows all. So he's just gonna wait for you guys to
Okay.
kind of like.
Yeah, we're finished.
work our shit out.
He'll ask if you guys want anything to calm down. Maybe a drink, some pills.
Thank you, Nicholas, but no.
Do you have any more
No.
healing potions?
Kind of looks under his desk. I have one left because you guys kept buying them all.
Well, you should manufacture them more because I need the last one.
You know it takes 7 days to make a batch.
I actually do know that.
Yeah.
I could help you.
You guys
if I
haven't
had
been here for
time.
that for 7 days.
Why do
do
we not
keep
have a continuous
Getting our shit
manufacture?
picked.
Like I do, like if you want some like nearly done healing potions in the back room, you can give them a go, but they're probably still poisonous.
No, we'll take the last one.
Got any uppers?
Oh, so many.
What you got?
Well, I guess my question is like, how crazy are you feeling?
Oh, you don't want to hit with that one.
Like I've got one that I just call death. Like it works, but well, its name's very self-explanatory. It may kill you.
What?
What's like the percentage?
It
on
works
that
once.
Well, I've given it to 3 people, and they managed to stay awake for the rest of their lives.
Which in minutes was how much?
Oh, several days.
That's just. Oh boy, I do think that's just poison at that point.
No, it just keeps you awake until your brain kills itself.
Okay, we don't want that. How about the potion of healing? And
I have some downers
would-
if you want to feel like if you want to go to bed early.
no.
Is he so weed?
Do you have any?
Go ahead, Angel.
Do you have any psilocybin? Magic
What?
mushrooms.
Oh, he kind of looks behind him so much.
I mean-
Fucking much.
Maybe when
I sometimes it gets into the healing potions. It's why people keep coming back.
that is not what. She is like flabbergasted because she actually is a potion maker.
Yep.
That is not what you are supposed to do with those, by the way. And
He's
it's
I know.
just doing his own thing.
Do you put them in all of the healing potions?
Only some of them. Like in every batch there's a winner.
Hey, maybe that one's the winner. We buy and find out.
Yeah, she's still buying it, but she's just like, I can't even. I'm going full Valley Girl. Cannot even.
Knock the French right out of her.
But yeah, so you'll put the healing potion on the towel. Like, do you want some of the mushrooms? She's got a
Sure.
bunch of different colors.
I want some of the mushrooms. I don't care.
You don't have color preference?
Just take a few of each.
Like, the more vibrant ones cause great happiness and existential dread, where the kind of bland ones just give you existential dread.
I don't want the existential dread.
That's
So-
kind of in there. You can't really avoid that.
Yeah.
I recommend the happy ones though, because you get
I'll take the happy ones. Happy mushrooms.
Yep.
That's what's going in
big
my
Super
inventory.
Mario Brothers looking mushrooms.
I don't think they're that big.
Yeah. Well, some are. He won't give you the big ones. They're his. But anyway, he'll put that all on the table. Cool. He'll also like put together a little baggie and put them in front of Mark, and then like very
how much?
obviously wink.
Just for that, I'm giving him 10 silver and not asking how much it is.
He will look at the money and it's like he'll take the money. He'll slide it across. So it's okay. The sword. I can give you a whole spiel on how it's made and all that stuff, or I can just tell you what it does.
Do that second part.
No, I want to hear the first part.
Okay.
Start with the
alright,
second
alright.
part.
Nicholas
Start.
will start a 40-minute monologue on how specifically this blade was made. While it was forged
step
from
outside for a
mithril and quenched in the blood of an ice dragon. A whole
Carl,
half a Lord of the Rings movie passes by the time he finishes explaining. But the meat and potatoes of it is it does a bit of cold damage when you hit people. It also gives you resistance to fire damage. When you're in a very cold area, specifically, it becomes a light source. And once per hour, when you draw the weapon, you may choose to extinguish all non-magical flames within 30 feet of you.
That'll be important.
This does require attunement.
Also,
Fucking
for causing that lecture, Nyx tried to punch Carl, but didn't work.
Like, you hit him, it just hurt you more than it hurt him. And it took a good 40 seconds for Carl to look over.
Just to,
Now,
realize.
Now, Murder, when you consult the baggie, you'll look in and you'll just see a nice BLT in there.
Ooh.
Nice.
And that's it.
Hell yeah.
Did he give you the wrong bag?
Nicholas, did you give him your lunch?
I don't know. Is Murder gonna say anything about it?
I'm going back in time like this is a fucking sandwich.
I'm looking at it, it's like, wasn't that what the note said?
No,
Oh.
like at all.
Oh, so you're saying you don't want the sandwich?
I'm keeping the sandwich. But I want what I actually asked you for.
Oh. He'll kind of just, like, look around, reach into his pockets, and he'll just put, like, a handful of, like, what looks like, plant trimmings and a vial in the bag, too.
Alright, good. I'm
Cool.
gonna take a bite of that sandwich.
It's pretty good. Roll a con save.
Oh, cool. I die. I die.
Let's just say that there might be a little bit of mushroom in the BLT.
Use the devil's lettuce instead of lettuce.
Let's just say, as you're, walking out, you notice your hands are fairly large.
Gonna trip balls all the way to you.
It's worth noting
Cool.
whose sandwich you're eating right now.
I was hungry.
That's fair. Anyone else looking at Mark, he's just walking in a very strange way. Like he's going from really slow to really fast as he's walking, and his eyes are just looking in two different directions half the time. And he goes from like sweating a lot to not. Like absolutely dry. It's weird. Carl?
Is he still eating the sandwich?
Yeah, I'll finish the sandwich.
He's about halfway through by the time it hits.
Carl will tear a piece off of it and toss him in his mouth.
Roll a con save.
Oh no.
You know, we are going to. Are we outside for this?
I will say, Carl, it's actually pretty nice. You don't know what the fuck is wrong with like Mark, but it's a nice sandwich.
Huh. No idea.
And also you guys are heading out. I will just check. You did pay Nicholas for. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I do
Mark,
not remember what the going rate was, but yeah.
Mark, for everything purchased and the identifier mark, 80 silver.
Okie doke.
I'm gonna let Mark pay for that.
I'm just gonna take it out of the party loot.
I don't have a silver.
And I'll note for the sword, it is a strength sword. It's not a finesse longsword.
Yeah, because it's a longsword. Yeah.
Yeah.
mean,
Just clarifying because there are
longswords-
finesse longswords in my setting, but this is specifically just strength based. Because a fucking paladin had it, and you don't have dex paladins.
I mean, you could.
You can, but generally it means they can't have heavy armor, which means that they lose part of their tanking because you need at least 15 strength to wear heavy armor. Kind of like Dex Barbarians, you generally don't have them because people will be like, what, you can't add rage damage to Dex attacks? Why'd I use Dexterity?
I mean, you also just can't
Unarmed
like
defense.
reckless attack and shit.
Yeah.
You lose a lot by going back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Carl, if you want, I'll add the sword to your sheet, assuming that no one else wants it.
Me having it would
Carlos.
be absolutely useless.
Seconded.
Technically, neither of you could attune to it because you require proficiency in the weapon type before you can attune to a weapon of that type.
There you
Well,
go.
even
So-
more reason
Yeah.
that it's either Mark's or Carl's.
Like, I guess, Mark, do you have a strength mod?
I have +1. I don't want it.
Give it to
I've told
Carl.
you.
Cool.
Give it
It's
to Carl.
Yeah.
Okay, Carl, I will add it to your sheet. Do you guys want to drag Tripping Balls Mark home?
Yes.
Yes.
I-
Too
Is it a
long
good
suffering.
trip?
Yes.
yes.
Is it a good trip or a bad trip, Pat?
Roll a wisdom
that-
save.
Ah,
Happy
cool.
and existential dread, or just existential dread? Like
Just
where are we?
collapses and tears. Hold on.
You are canonically the saddest Mark. Yeah, no, that's a sad Mark right there.
Murder.
And
The happiness lasted the first 3 minutes. Everything else is existential dread. Spiders are crawling out of people's faces.
Oh boy.
oh god,
Oh boy.
falls into the fetal position.
Like as you're looking at Callista, her face kaleidoscopes into the 12th dimension in front of you.
Oh boy. Okay.
I don't know what you want to do with that information, Murder, but it's not good.
No.
Mark, I think Nicholas is giving you something.
So many
Um,
lights.
Murder.
Perhaps close your eyes.
Everyone around you is demonically singing whatever they're saying to you. It's not good.
No, he's on the ground in the fetal position, just like fully just, tripping out, losing his shit.
And I'll say, strangely, in
Carl-
some ways, you're actually feeling a little bit better about yourself.
Too concerned about everything that's happening in the trip to be the saddest Mark anymore.
Well, so you're still the saddest Mark, but while the world is betraying you, at least your big hands are on your side.
Yeah, no, I have that.
Looking at your hands, it's like it's gonna be okay until you see them kind of scutter away like spiders.
Look, if I'm too busy like screaming in abject terror, I can't think. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I will say, before you're taken back to the hotel, the last thing you kind of notice is that everyone's slowly turning into focus around you.
Oh no.
I always knew it was his fault.
So, Mark is out of the picture until after a long rest. What's everyone else doing?
No,
What
have a
else did we have
combat
to do?
encounter while I'm tripping balls. Come on.
No.
Please don't. Um,
Did we burn all of the papers?
stuff that we've read and isn't the spell scroll.
Okay.
Yeah. But things
There's
we haven't
still
read and also
more
spell
stuff,
scrolls.
but I would say at this point you guys have read to your capacity until you have a rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
I
so.
will say at this point Mark has entered the screaming portion of his trip.
Oh boy.
Yes, actually, top of his lungs screaming. Playing
Now
right.
I will tell Carl. Now, Carl, the sword that you have, it is going to be very important if the city actually comes on fire because you could just stop it.
In the
Nice.
background.
So just so that you are aware of how important the sword is.
Got it.
Okay. Awesome.
So I'll
Just making sure.
just as a rule refresher, when once per hour, like when you pull the sword out of its scabbard, you may activate an ability that extinguishes non-magical flames within 30 feet of you. That specific ability has an hour recharge to it. Everything else passively works in the sword. It's just that feature is a once per hour sort of thing. But that's a 60-foot diameter of fire, so that that's more than the warehouse in space that you can put out. It also gives you fire resistance, which would be very useful if, I don't know, you want to run to the middle of the fire to put it out. It's also really sharp.
It's also a good thing for a sword to have.
I think Nyx is kind of lamenting with you that she doesn't have a second level spell slot to cast Lesser Restoration right now.
We can cover his mouth maybe. But the guy can talk. We can use some of the socks.
I'm
Why don't we just leave him
unsure.
in
Yeah,
his
I'm unsure
room?
on his ability to breathe through his nose, and also on purpose right now. So
Murder, can I have a Constitution saving throw followed by a Wisdom check?
yeah, unobstructed
Okay.
airways are best.
12.
Okay, still tripping.
15.
Murder? You think they're onto you. You're surrounded by enemies. What do you do?
Oh no. Why are you like this?
It's a fucking 15. Leave me. Like, what the fuck did I eat?
You ate one of the big ones.
Okay, cool. That's
For the record, I envisioned us shoving him into his room
Yeah.
and then having this conversation.
Fucking locking the door, like, okay,
So-
we'll deal with that one
so
in the
Murder-
morning.
Murder, they have you. You know, you're locked in a cell. There's only one way out.
Oh no.
Did you take all of his shit?
No,
Bad call. He's gonna
I
start
know.
wrapping his sheets and like his sheet, his like pillow coverings into like rope to get out the window.
Murder, roll a survival check for tying knots.
Cool. Hold
my
This
mark
isn't
senses
gonna
have
end
not gone
well.
off yet.
on. This isn't gonna end well, by the way.
So
I-
you guys
here, let
hear just a large meaty thud as
Oh, God damn it.
as Mark thinks he's tied a bunch of knots. He grabs a sheet and dives out the window, and it just immediately unravels.
Roll damage.
I just want you to know,
Oh my
Murdo, you're on the 3rd floor.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Do it.
Oh, Mark.
Are you out?
No.
No, you have a
He
short
did
rest.
hit
Got it.
dice.
We got a short rest. Oh my god. I was
Murdo,
about to
roll
be
a
like,
luck check.
no.
Hold on. That's
Oh,
a
no.
D100, right?
Yeah. Okay.
88.
As you guys look out, you look out your window because you heard the thud. You see a horse-driven cart going past, and a slightly maimed Mark inside the cart.
No.
Mark, you're making your
I'm
getaway.
gonna-
Okay.
I'm
We're
gonna pull
running.
out. I'm gonna pull out my fucking gun and turn to the person next to me. I'm
There's
just
no
gonna
person
point
next to you.
Well, like the driver.
like in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like put it against his head, like drive.
Roll an intimidation check.
I feel like I should get advantage. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
you have
fell from
advantage,
The
yeah.
fucking heavens. Yeah. Hold on.
He'll say you're the
Even-
boss, and he'll start, speeding the horses up.
Oh, God.
Mark, where are you directing him to?
I'm not. I don't think I physically could direct him anywhere.
Melissa's just got her head in her hands like, he's got to calm down from it sometime.
Like,
Are we
Right.
going after him or not?
that will probably fix
Yes,
itself.
we have to. But eventually it will fix itself, yes. We do have to follow at least.
Okay. Would you like me to do it as a wolf or a dog?
Something fast. He's got the cart because apparently he's making a getaway now.
Nix will run downstairs, find an alleyway.
Can I have a chase encounter? So murder. Okay, Angel.
Okay.
You're turning into a wolf, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna look what their athletics modifier is.
Hold on. Their speed is 40 feet.
So when it comes to chase encounters, the only thing that matters is acrobatics or athletics because it's a roll off essentially.
They are better. They'll be better at acrobatics.
Cool. Okay, so with your +2 modifier, keep in mind if you have proficiency in acrobatics or athletics, you can add that here. Okay, cool. So murder, you'll roll for the horses. Andrew, you roll for the wolf.
So if I have proficiency, so my athletics, I do have proficiency, but it's 1.
You get to add your
Right.
proficiency to their attribute,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Murder, I'm bringing up the horse stat for you.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do better than that.
Your modifier is a 3. Keep in mind, it's chase encounters are solved in best out of 3. So, do your first check.
Just give me a second. I need to reload.
Yeah, I will say it is largely concerning. As you're escaping on the cart, a wolf is chasing you.
Yeah, that's not even part of the trip. Oh my god.
Oh, the part of the trip part of the wolf is that it's technicolored.
It's
The,
just a reskinned wolf, okay.
Oh, did I just use the roller?
Yeah, just roll your modifiers are 3.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
round 1 goes to Angel. If she wins this, she'll catch up. Okay, that's a 13. Okay. Last roll decides it, unless you guys tie, which is possible. Oh no.
We did.
Oh, was that her? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
One more roll, guys.
Damn it. God damn it!
You
Marcus got away.
roll a survival check with your proficiency and your wisdom because it's your mental stats. Mark, you got away from the wolf.
I get advantage on.
Yep.
They have keen hearing and smell.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely roll advantage. Murder, roll con save to come down from the high.
Mention. At no point in his life was Mark allowed to have psychedelics.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, you were really not in the environment that psychedelics would be in.
Andrew, you're on hot pursuit. You know exactly where he is. He's just still ahead of you.
I won't go like tearing on. I'm just gonna trot.
Yeah.
That easy run that dogs do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So Murder, roll one more time. Con save. A lot of time has passed. 16. Okay, Angel, you follow him out of town. You find Mark lying next to a crashed cart on the side of the road, and the cart's just wrapped around a tree. Mark is just lying
Where's the
there.
driver?
You can roll an investigation check to look for the bits.
Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah.
5.
What?
The
No
biggest-
bits.
The biggest bit you could find was the size of a grapefruit.
Ugh.
What the fuck? What speeds? at this
You
point is
killed
he?
him, Mark. You
Mark?
bastard.
Just so you know, Mark, everything hurts. You're looking at the sky, and you don't remember the last 12 hours.
Oh boy.
Okay, in my defense, this is in no way worse than when I intentionally ran a polio patient through a stained glass window.
That's
Nix
true.
doesn't
Which
know about
now
that
you don't
either.
remember doing.
I mean, Nix doesn't know about that, so she can't like hold it
Yeah.
against you.
Honestly, yeah, no. Your conscience is clear, and I think Callista was the only person who saw you do that. So, like, yeah, you're good. Your conscience is clear.
Yeah. So,
Oh, fuck. Where am I?
There is a wolf just sitting like a dog, staring at you.
Um.
It's a blonde wolf.
Clearly, I need a few more minutes.
It's a blonde wolf with yellow eyes that look very familiar.
the thing that kind of
Looking at
confuses
you,
him
lightly
is that
disappointed.
he's looking at the wolf and he sees 3 of them at this exact second.
Okay. I guess I'll try to stand up first, like first order of business.
Yep, the entire world spins on you, but you manage to stand up with the support of the 3 trees you're holding.
Uh, Feels like I got ran over by a fucking cart. Big one.
Having found the bits, Nix is not happy. She walks up very gently, takes like part of his sleeve in her mouth and starts walking him back towards town.
I feel like he'll just fall over.
I will say looking at Mark, you'll notice that there's still a bed sheet tied around his waist. The only knot that kept.
Okay, we'll use that. We'll use that
Only
bed
knot
sheet.
I like to think that Callista and Carl have been like lightly following them. Like, okay, I mean, they went north. Okay.
You guys
try
will meet
north.
them essentially at the edge of town. Mark looks like he was hit by a cart twice.
Oh.
Yeah, like you just see the wolf basically like very slowly leading him by the sheet tied around his waist. And if a wolf could look exasperated, this one definitely does.
Look, he was basically drugged against his will. It's a
Um,
fucking sandwich.
That's for the courts to decide. I think technically if you steal a drugged sandwich, then, you know.
I'm
So,
just saying this is manslaughter at best.
sure, okay. So
Oh
you
boy.
you guys
Okay.
get him back to the inn if you want. He lacks a window or bed sheets.
The floor is
God.
fine.
I'm gonna roll him into the floor in my room just because of the window thing.
Cool. I will
Sit
say, like,
around
he's
and open
concussed,
window.
but his mind is his own.
Yeah, thank God.
Like once we're in her room and the door is closed, I will like make sure that I'll like lick Mark's face until he's looking at me,
Ew.
and then I will transform into myself. Really? You
What the fuck was that?
you caused them. You caused somebody to die.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
What the fuck was that? You ran away.
I don't know. I
Like, Meta, legitimately, your last memory was like you guys leaving the inn. It's like, yeah, we'll take the church.
I'm losing I've lost a chunk of time. I'm probably never getting back.
How much time?
Yeah.
Do you don't remember Selwyn missing the asshole's plan to burn the city down? What do you remember?
Do you not remember hugging that man in church and having a revelation?
No, I remember that one.
Of course, yeah, no. The religious moment that you had supersedes any drugging.
Uh,
Oh boy. So
my head hurts.
And now we have
I-
to explain everything again and convince him again. Ugh.
No, I'll just go along with whatever you're doing. Just he lies down on the floor. Give me like 10 years.
alright. I think it's time.
You guys want a
Go
long
bed.
rest?
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna like toss a blanket like onto Mark, mostly probably his face because she's not aiming, and then go to bed.
That's fine.
I will say, Meta, upon waking, you actually feel a lot better than you have in a long time. You know, you're a little bit happier, and that crick in your back is gone.
That was just a venting session.
Yeah, like, you know, you have to
Yeah, it was
make a quick
building.
you have to make a quick trip to the outhouse in the morning because you think maybe a little bit of the sandwich was off, but aside from that, everything's great.
No, the sandwich was only a little off.
Yeah, you know, it's only been under his desk for, you know, maybe a few months.
He gave me a month-old sandwich.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah,
green
no,
bits
okay,
weren't
so the-
lettuce.
Yeah, so the mushroom was homegrown within the sandwich, huh?
Yeah,
It's a surprise to everyone.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Look, he lost a lot of blood and he ate fucking hallucinogenics, alright? Like, what do you want from him?
No, yeah, no, this is exactly how that probably was going to play out. It's okay.
You know what the good news is? Only one person died.
And no one, to our knowledge, witnessed it. So
Like, who's
I'm
gonna
gonna count
believe
that
him?
as a win.
And just as a side note, the horse survived. It ran away after the crash, though.
Yeah, see,
See?
that
There
horse,
you
that
go.
horse is free to live its life.
We kind of like zoom
There
back
you
to the
go.
bear, and we just see it next to zoom next to the horse. And we just see a bear eating it. It's like, oh, okay.
I
That-
mean,
that was a
circle
good
of life,
3 minutes.
whatever.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
This is like it happens.
As a
Prey
side,
animal.
yeah, as a side note, just so that you guys knew what the other option for magic sword is, but just while we have a moment, it would have been essentially like a flame tongue, except there's a variant called the buzzing blade and it does thunder damage instead of fire,
Oh, that's cool.
and it kind of sounds like a chainsaw.
Cool.
That sounds cool. I think this is more applicable.
Yeah, it's a little. This did more damage, but the other one, like, I'm way more of a fan of the frost brand than I am of anything.
Yeah.
Cool. So that said, what do you guys want to do? When you guys are done with your long rest, it isn't really morning. It's 3 in the morning.
I will talk to my crow bro.
Your
Okay.
fly guy.
Roll roll a d20 with advantage to see how well the crow went.
Oh God, crows, please. 18.
Okay, one moment. Both Murder and Cat, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Okay. 9 and 7.
Doing good.
Promising start to this promising day.
It is actually.
Nice.
They will tell you they're not entirely sure, but they're fairly sure. Like they think that they saw him leaving the church last night.
Alone?
With company, but they didn't recognize the other person.
Where did they go?
They the crows lost them heading into the sewers.
I will and did anybody come out of the sewers? Last night?
Not in the time that they surveyed.
Okay. Nice. How did Fergus look? Like, was he eat to shit?
The bird will point to Mark. Like an
Feeling
example
great. I
for
don't
like
know
just
what
feeling
you-
shit.
And
I'm
how
feeling amazing.
Well, you
How,
are now, but
um,
in general, you're a good benchmark for like being a bit injured and sad.
Yeah.
um how many other people were with him?
Just one.
Was it a tin can?
The bird doesn't get the reference.
Was it a big metal shiny guy with
Nope.
a long stick?
No sticks
What did,
involved or shiny.
what did they look like? Do you remember?
Roll a face check for birds. Wisdom. Yeah, just roll flat wisdom for the bird.
Oh my God. All right, what is your wisdom, bird? It's +1. +18.
So long hair, fairly gender ambiguous facial features. Potentially potentially an elf or a different human variant, but not a dwarf, not like short or anything.
Cool. I will give them some food
Yep, the
and
bird will
tell
lightly poop
everybody.
on the windowsill. It's a bird. They just do that.
Yeah, they do. It's fine. I will explain what I just learned. He was in the church, apparently. But they took him into the sewers. So, does that change what we're doing, or are we going to the warehouse?
It depends.
Did any of the plans we found have a time and date type deal for the shindig?
No, none of the plans did, but the questionable journal did.
Okay, and is that are the fireworks happening
No. So you have no
soon?
dates on that. The only dates you have are like the dates for the letters of the the questionable journal from the person who's probably from
beans.
Utah. Wink.
Ugh.
Beans.
Mm.
Gross.
Yep.
Okay. This is the first real lead we've had on Fergus. But
Mhm.
also,
We can split up.
Yeah, you could
That is
split the party. Send Carl to destroy the oil on his own, and everyone else goes into the sewers while Mark buys more drugs.
No, I
Okay.
have the drugs from yesterday.
Do you?
Do I?
I don't, that's my question, Meta.
I'm asking you because unless something happened, then yes.
Like, what I mean is some things may have been eaten with the sandwich.
What?
You may have been in a very bad place.
Holy shit! How am I not dead?
Well, just ask the driver of the cart.
He took one for the team.
Yeah. There might be a reason you're feeling really good now. Maybe you've had a bit of a cleanse.
Ugh.
I didn't necessarily
Okay.
mean it in that way. I was thinking more of like a factory reboot of the body, but we can talk about it in the other way.
All right. Lead on Fergus that's growing colder by the minute, or lead on oil that's growing hotter by the minute.
Yep.
And find someone. Can't forget him.
Who may or may not
Selwyn,
be in their bedroom right now, depending on what happens when I talk to Emmy.
yeah, Selwyn is somewhere. I believe in Selwyn, and that is going to resolve itself sometime this week. Yeah, okay.
May I suggest then we break for the evening because
We're 30
Yeah, I
minutes from ending
I don't-
anyway.
Yeah, and I don't really
Yeah.
want to go any further without Selwyn.
Yeah,
Or
that's fair.
Emmy,
we-
or
we need
at
to
least
know if-
resolving that.
yeah, we need to know if someone is coming back or if we should be looking for a new character.
On the lookout for a new PC. It's like,
You know-
someone in this town is a PC. I just know it. Oh,
If that's all right with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will say, seeing that we're ending now, I was going to say it in 30 minutes, but I'll say it now. You guys can level to level 5.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Surviving the church was a
Finally.
milestone.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Gee,
We
this changes things.
did literally
Buy
everything
much?
Third level
except
spells. We get third level spells.
Cat can learn
Yay!
Fireball and set fire to a lot of places.
Oh,
fuck.
thank God.
Murder, I don't recommend keeping the 1.
Oh no, that's a reroll, isn't it?
Yeah, one's a
automatic.
reroll. That's why I said I don't recommend keeping the 1. That's much
Oh,
better.
perfect. Said it. Yeah.
Yay.
I was about to take average because that's what you say we do, but no, one's a rerolls.
Yeah, one's a rerolls because.
Oh, beans.
So, Cat, when you roll below average and it's not a 1, just take average, which for you is a 4.
Okay. One whole thing.
Yep. Alright, that's
stack
what
up, man.
Angel survived by today.
That's true. One whole infinity is sometimes enough.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh my god, extra attack.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
The world has
Now,
opened before
on-
murder.
On your first round, you can attack 3 times.
Well, actually 4 times if he's dual wielding.
Bells.
Ooh.
Spells.
So here's the thing to think about. Potentially now, the paladin and the cleric are now in your battle range. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. Okay, so what I think, discounting Selwyn, right?
Mhm.
I think
Which I will say,
Safest-
assuming they get a long rest between when you last saw them and now, they will also level. But that's only if they manage a long rest.
And also to survive.
Yes.
But go ahead,
look,
man.
I have faith. But yeah, no. Discounting Selwyn, I think just hitting at the core of their plan is the safest way to get their attention on us.
Mhm.
And through that, we can maybe I don't know what to call this, but reverse engineer an actual path to their sewer hangout
Mhm.
after, when we start killing them by the dozens.
I guess the question really becomes: Are we blowing this place up? Are we burning it to the ground? What are we doing?
The warehouse, we're
Yeah.
burning that one.
Yes.
So if we burn the warehouse, like if we make a speed run on burning the warehouse, we could potentially go after Fergus shortly thereafter.
Yeah. I think there's probably going to be at least a little bit of information of value in the warehouse. So I think it might be worth at least a brief snoop.
Patmore, quick question. Oh, he's by the fridge or something.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
I was in the other room grabbing Melon because she had climbed into the cupboard and was upset because the cupboard closed behind her.
Ellen, you
Yeah,
can't
I
keep
was just
doing
gonna
this.
ask. Anticipate attack is still like a no, right?
What?
Anticipate attack, the spell.
Is that the one in which,
Reaction
like...
when you move away.
Yeah, I
like,
think
before-
so, because I think no matter how you cut it, it essentially is too powerful as a spell for any class at any level.
I disagree.
Because it's just a better shield, because it's not that it makes you harder to hit, it makes you impossible to hit, potentially. So, yes, I would say, yeah, that spell is banned in the same way like Freezing Breath is.
Yep.
The Wildfire Druid is currently preparing Sleet Storm because of this stupid warehouse that is about to be set on fire.
You don't have faith in Carl?
I have faith in Carl, however, insurance is important.
Yeah,
They
you should
want-
get insurance on everything. You know, life, house.
I agree, because I work for an
Auto,
insurance
pet.
company.
I know.
Should I get Dispel Magic or the fire one?
Well, keep in mind you get two.
I'm getting Sending because we're all morons and we keep splitting up.
I will make an
Oh, thank
argument.
God.
I think don't druids get it, or do they get Animal Messenger instead?
No, we don't get sending animal
Okay.
messenger.
I'm fully committing to most likely burning every third level spell slot I have on Sending every day because again we're morons and can't stay together.
Okay, so what I would say is out of the anti-magic spells at level 3, counterspell is
Yeah.
more important than dispel magic purely because no
True.
one else in the party will ever counterspell outside of
Oh,
you.
that's true.
However,
Okay.
I have dispel magic, so if
Yeah.
you want to take
Oh,
counterspell,
if you have that, then yeah, I just want someone to have it.
yeah, I
So
have
it's-
it.
Feckin' annoying when you don't have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Counterspell.
Now I believe it's either level 5 or level 6 cat that you get your next subclass feature, so you might have just gained one.
I think I next one after.
I believe it's called
this one.
Momentary Stasis. If that hasn't just appeared on your sheet, then it's next level.
Yeah, it's next level.
Yeah, everybody gets one next level. I'm
Okay,
excited.
tradition
Mine will be, what is it? Enhanced Bond.
I should probably read my class, huh?
You should absolutely read your class and your spells and your subclass.
But by the way,
I have in the past. It has since become jumbled. Chronomancy Wizard. I know things.
I hope I am slowly changing your mind about wildfire druids, Patmore.
Okay, so I think to be fair, the one example of them I've seen, I saw for... Actually, I might have seen it by the same person in 2 different campaigns, but only for like 2 sessions each time. And I largely didn't like their character because they were, well, shit character. So, you know, you're already the better wildfire druid I know. The thing that would probably stop me from playing one ever would be I just really like Moon. In the same way, like, hey, I like, a lot of bard subclasses, but I'm always going to play law because I just think it's better.
So if Nyx dies and I show up and want to play a Twilight cleric, you're not going to judge me, right?
No, but all I would say is like, you've played this before. You can play it again if you want, but you might enjoy something new.
Oh yeah, I'm going to totally bring a paladin into the party with Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Nyx is at least as much of a stick in the mud as any paladin would be.
A paladin would never have been like, yeah, let's burn down the church.
Well, it depends what you're a paladin of.
The fuck was my paladin's name? I forget. She definitely would have burned down a church.
Yeah, I forget. Evelyn?
I haven't
No, that's
started-
your warlock.
How's my warlock?
Um,
I only have one of each of all of them, so like I don't know why I can't. Leah.
Leah, yeah. And maybe your next character will be, a bard or a barbarian.
I think I want to play a Drake Warden Ranger for sure.
Yeah, the party could finally get a ranger.
Tough crowd tonight, Murder. Tough crowd.
No, I fully agree with him. I don't do any ranger shit. I'm not.
Yeah.
You don't. You're a fighter with a ranger skin.
Actually, he's technically kind of a rogue with spellcasting. Because a lot of his skills are face rogue skills.
You're a mess, Mark.
Yeah, ultimately,
How do you enjoy being the mess in the party, Murder?
very much.
Mark's thriving. He's doing
No.
something.
I don't know. He kind of flipped all of his brain cells last night. I wouldn't call him as thriving.
I mean, if he wasn't before, he might be now.
So
After the bit flip.
these spells from Kobold Press, none of them are spells we can take?
Oh no. You can basically take like 80% of them. Just whenever you take one, just run it by me because some of them are entirely unbalanced. Because there's like,
Okay.
for example, there's a first level one that stops some from casting spells for like 3 rounds if they fail to save.
Jesus.
So that's
Joking.
why I get them run past me just because some, like most are good, some are just entirely unbalanced. Like the one Murder was suggesting, which lets you, when you're attacked, take a reaction to use half your movement to not be where you were attacked, and potentially negate the entire attack. Isn't that
Yeah,
right,
you
Murder?
just kind of run away. Yeah.
Which technically,
Nice.
I'd almost say yes to Kat because she's a Chronomancer wizard, but I won't say yes. I'd still probably say no, but I'm definitely not saying yes to the ranger who can see through time somehow.
Thank goodness I still don't know what your spell Thank goodness I still don't know what spell you're talking about.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're welcome.
Yep.
I mean, there's a spell called Quench that is basically a smaller radius version of the sword, and I was like, useful right now. However,
You might
I
not
already
wanna,
have
like,
about 17,000 spells, so we'll keep it simple.
Too many useful 3rd level spells.
Yeah, it's one. Every second level of spellcasting, so 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th are the best spellcasting levels. It's the even ones that are a little bit naff.
I think for druids it's actually not that bad because you have things like enhanceability, enlarge, reduce, flame blade, healing spirit, heat metal, hold person, lesser restoration, pass without a trace.
The exception might be with support healers, but for utility DPSs, it's definitely the uneven numbers that are better.
I don't think they're better or worse on druid. I just don't think, like I said, I don't think they're unuseful.
Oh, I wish
I mean,
we were
I-
smarter and I didn't need sending because I won't fireball.
Well, then don't take
Yeah.
sending.
Yeah,
No,
just take
we-
fireball anyway.
No, I'm going to encourage you to make up for our
I'm
stupidity,
being
please.
responsible.
Hey, Cat, I
But
dare you not to that
next
sending.
time, next time, I'm not getting anything utility. I'm just getting many things that hurt many people.
Yes,
Hey,
I support
That's
this.
next
Also,
level.
how about this? We will find a scroll of fireball and we will stop everything. Like, you get the 6 hours. Is it 6 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't get Windwall as a wizard. That's sad. I want my Windwall back.
No, that's
have
that's
that.
a nature spell. You can get Wall of Water or Wall of Sand though.
I will consider them.
The other thing to keep in mind is even if you're not taking a 3rd level DPS spell, Catapult levels fucking beautifully. So, like Guiding Bolt,
Yes,
what
it
if you
does.
have a good 1st level spell that levels and you don't really need high level spells?
That's true. And I do like my stabbing thing, but
I'd also recommend Thunder Step because it's fucking cool.
it is fun. Until it gets you, like, yeeted into a prison.
Well, then don't go to prison.
The only time I've literally ever seen Thunderstep used is when Max, like, yeeted him and or him and Gamma or whoever into prison on accident.
Well, that's just poor that was the caster's fault, not the spells.
That was the wards you put up's fault, but sure, we can blame Max about it.
I don't see how that's relevant, Cat.
No, you're right, you're right.
Hey, and our proficiency bonus went up, so my skills are better.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Maybe our rolls.
And my
Well,
spell save DC went up too. Woohoo!
What did you get, Carl?
Extra attack.
Got a rock.
Yeah, but clearly the great Carl, Sage of the Multiverse, would gain something else. Right?
Another brain cell.
Well, you
Yay.
have to tell him what his armor does at 5th level.
Oh, actually, I do. one moment. I will just put something back in the microwave, and I will open up your armor because I believe level 5 is the next feature, unless I'm wrong, which might be true, and then I'll feel bad for misleading you. But let's hope that's not the case. Cool. Okay.
So,
okay. Carl, you do gain a new feature.
Happy day.
I will let everyone make a guess on what it is, and whoever's closest will get inspiration. What he has at this exact second is he can cast Acid Splash at will.
as a cantrip?
Well, yeah, that's what
It's a
he got for free. Yeah, but at level 5
Okay.
he has a new feature that is something else.
Resistance to acid.
Acid arrow.
I was gonna say either it's an improvement on the cantrip or it's a resistance to acid damage.
So because Moda went acid resistance, you go improvement on cantrip. Carl went for acid arrow. Kat, what are you going for?
The ability to cast tongues.
Okay.
The wild card.
Murder is
Yep.
half right. Resistance to acid damage, and Carl can now breathe underwater.
Oh,
Good on ya.
was closest.
Yeah, so
There
Murder,
you
you
go.
get
You
inspiration.
you get inspiration.
Oh, good. My Roltroni is crashing.
You're welcome. But yeah, so Carl, you can't be drowned now.
Gonna become a beautiful mermaid now.
Yeah.
And so you're not immune to acid, but you can roll around in it a little bit and not die.
Does the water breathing work if we threw him into an acid pool?
Technically, as far as D&D is concerned, if you have like water breathing, you can pretty much breathe in most liquids. But because the armor itself is made of the hide of a black dragon, it essentially gave you the aquatic features of the black dragon.
Look at you,
because-
Carl. Resistance to fire. Resistance to fucking acid.
Resistance to common
Yeah.
sense.
We're gonna build Carl into a wall. It's like, you might not have started out a tank, but god damn it, we're gonna make you one.
Yeah, I'm entirely
This is
drawing
just-
a blank. Carl, what is your subclass?
Battle Master.
What maneuvers do you have?
Well, what?
What maneuvers, like battle maneuvers, do you have?
Rally, sweeping strike, and or sweeping attack, and then what's the other one?
Okay. I guess it's just been a
Distraction
few.
strike.
I guess it's just been a few sessions since we've seen you, flex the moves.
He does sweeping strike a lot.
He does.
Can you do
That's
sweeping
his
strike with your new weapon, or is that a great weapon thing?
It's not. It's just the last fight I never got really close to the guys who use it.
Yeah, that's fair. You did a pretty good
they
job murking the chick, though.
Yes.
Job.
That's another thing Nyx didn't see happen, which is probably a good thing.
That's something that Murder doesn't have to remember now.
I would say we wake up and Nyx goes, I really need to find a diamond worth 300 gold
Me too.
for reasons of keeping you all from dying a permanent death.
I will say, in this town, where you'd find diamond would be a rich person's safe, the bank, or maybe Nicholas's.
Or conversely, the church we just broke into.
Yeah,
They
potentially.
might have that.
I will say, ironically, there's a lot of diamond dust near where Emmy was.
I
Of
really
course.
hope Emmy's character doesn't die. Not gonna lie.
I hope so. I have a lot of
Hi.
background stuff for them.
Uh-oh.
One day you're gonna get an elf that survives in this town setting. One day.
Yeah.
My
One
Drake
day.
Warden will be an elf just for you.
Like they have like 100% lethality rate right now.
Like, good luck. What color dragon would you be thinking?
Probably copper.
The best choice.
I agree.
Like, no offense to the other metallic ones, but they're all a little bit shit compared to copper.
I like copper dragons.
For-
My last time playing this, which I only played it to level 5,